on peace, disharmony, communal harmony. Action will be taken.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former chief minister, former deputy chief minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier...
The DCW chief has alleged she was manhandled by the Delhi police amid scuffle that broke out over beds at Jantar Mantar late last night. The NI conducted raids in Kashmir this ahead of the G20 working group meeting that is scheduled later this month. BJP National General Secretary lashed out at the Congress for its manifesto to ban the Bajrang Dal. The BJP National General Secretary has said that the Congress has accused the Congress of supporting anti-national elements.
Popular Front of India that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I'm a politician, I'm not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, a 6-time MLA, former chief minister, former deputy chief minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician, I am not a sannyasi, but
ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ
Good afternoon, it's 2 p.m. We are counting down to Karnataka polls and of course the results on 13th of May, tracking all the action from the poll-bound state, starting first with the top headlines this afternoon. Army chopper crashes in remote area of Kishtwar, officials say injured pilot and co-pilot rescued. Bajrang Dal controversy explodes. VHP stages Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka. Big divide within Congress. Former UPA minister says state government has no right to ban groups. And it's phase 1 of critical civic body polls in Uttar Pradesh. All eyes on results on 13th of May. Foreign Minister of Russia lands in Goa for the SCO Summit, SCO meet, beg your pardon. Top issues including Ukraine-Russia war to be discussed. Army Assam Rifles troops deployed in Manipur to tackle violence. Union Home Minister speaks to Chief Minister. And it's just 6 days to go for Karnataka for people to cast their votes. The state, of course, will be heading for polls on 10th of May. And with this, the BJP is going all out. It has deployed top guns to campaign aggressively in the state of Karnataka. And we're given to understand that there is a slight change in the roadshow of Prime Minister that is scheduled to take place in Karnataka as we speak. We're given to understand that Prime Minister is all set to hold those roadshows in 2 days. And there is a slight change. The roadshows, we understand, would happen on 6th and 7th. In Bengaluru, the Prime Minister will cover 8 kilometers on the first day. Let's straight away cut across to Prajwal, who's joining us. Prajwal, take us through the change in Prime Minister's itinerary, specifically the roadshows that have been scheduled for the 6th and 7th of May.
Now we are getting to understand, Samiksha, that based on public demand as well, the BJP seems to have finally taken the stock of the situation and have stated that it will be, it will almost be impossible for all the people to be witnessing Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, who will be coming there, because initially on May 6th it was scheduled from 11 to 1 p.m. and later from 4 to 10 p.m. So essentially it meant to tell that he would be there on the road for 8 hours after taking a break for only 3 hours as well. So now they have made some small alterations, making the first stage for a stretch of 8 kilometers and the second stretch for 28.6 kilometers. Essentially, the total distance will remain 36.6 kilometers, but he will be dividing the regions very closely and will be making sure that he will be covering all the 17 assembly constituencies, which was mentioned as earlier. So on the 6th of May, he will start at 10 in the morning and his road shows will end at 1:30. At 10, he will start from the new Tippasandra road and then he will be covering Mahadevpura, Sarvagna Nagara, Shivaji Nagara and CV Raman Nagar, after which he will come to the Brigade Road near War Memorial and there it will conclude at 1:30 p.m. On the second day of the roadshow, beginning on the 7th of May, the roadshow will again start at 10 o'clock from Bengaluru South near Brigade Millennium and will end at Sankey Road in Malleshwaram, and it will pass through 11 assembly constituencies is what we get to understand, and majority of them are assembly constituencies in the south which has the BJP MLAs from there. So a few of the constituencies are we have Jainagar,
Yes.
Padmanabh Nagar, we have BTM layout, Rajaji Nagar, Govindraj Nagar and Malleshwaram as well. And the BJP has mainly done this at the request of the public is what the top leadership of the BJP party has informed.
All right, Prajwal, while we continue to focus on Prime Minister's roadshow, which we understand has changed slightly, but talking about the manifesto of Congress, which has become quite a controversy in the state of Karnataka, talk to us how much of that is going to shape the political discourse over the coming days, given that BJP has been going all out to target the opposition in this case.
The BJP party has been going all guns blazing, but what is the sort of effect? Because initially, once the Congress released the manifesto, it was stated that in Dakshina Kannada, around 7 to 8 assembly constituencies will have a bearing for the Congress, where there might definitely be a problem for them and a setback. But now slowly, this is catching up and is turning out to be a talking point in the entire state of Karnataka. Now, even in the Malnad region and the central region of Karnataka too, it is catching up, mainly in regions like Shimoga, Soraba, Chitradurga, Davangere, all these districts. Now it is picking up slowly, and if it moves to Kittur, Karnataka, then the Congress will definitely go on and have a serious problem. As in it is, they are already facing problems in Belagavi, Karnataka region as well. But now more of they are facing problems even in Dakshina Kannada as well as the Malnad region of Karnataka too. And this is turning out to be quite crucial for them, because it is a make or break for the Congress, which wanted to gain headway into the Mangaluru region as well. But definitely this has caused a huge setback after what was mentioned in the Congress manifesto about Bajrang Dal.
All right, Prajwal, we'll leave it at that. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest. So Prajwal, of course, getting us the latest from Bengaluru. Prime Minister, who's all set to hold those mega road shows on the 6th and the 7th in the first phase. The road show, which will happen early morning, and 6 kilometers would be covered. For now, moving on to the other big story, we've been tracking this one from Manipur, where the situation, we understand, still remains tense. In fact, remember, more than 6,000 people have already been evacuated given the tense situation that still prevails. Home Minister Amit Shah, meanwhile, has spoken to the Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh on the violence in the state. So, Centre, they are closely monitoring the situation after tribal groups protest turned violent. The army as well as Assam Rifles troops have been deployed in Manipur to tackle the situation. 6,500 people have already been evacuated so far, and with this we are seeing the evacuation is still on in several districts of Manipur. Remember, internet services have been suspended for 5 days. On that note, listen into the statement that has come in from the Manipur Chief Minister, asking people to not indulge in rumour mongering and to maintain peace and calm in the state of Manipur.
During the last around 24 hours, some incident of clashes, vandalisms and arson have been reported in Imphal, Shoshanpur, Bishnupur, Kangpokpi and More, etc. Precious lives have been lost, besides damage of property of residents, which is very, very unfortunate. These accidents are a result of prevailing misunderstanding between two sections of our society. The state government is seized of the developments and taking all steps to control the law and order situation. Additional central paramilitary forces have been requisitioned for deployment in sensitive areas. We are committed to protect the life and property of our peoples. Long-term grievances of communities will also be suitably addressed in due course in consultation with the peoples and their representative organization. Manipur is a state in which we have all coexisted for centuries. We should not allow the culture of communal harmony between the people living in the state to be disturbed by vested interests. In this hour, I appeal to one and all to maintain peace and harmony in your respective areas. I urge you not to believe in rumors and unverified messages. While soliciting your cooperation in maintaining peace, the deployed state police and the central forces have been directed to take strict action against individuals and the group indulging in violence. We should all stand united to restore normalcy in Manipur at the earliest.
There you heard the Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh appealing for peace and calm in the state, also going on to add that additional central paramilitary forces have been deployed in the state of Manipur. Remember, situation we understand still remains tense, and Home Minister Amit Shah has even spoken to the Chief Minister to get more details on the situation as we speak. In fact, the rescue operation, the evacuation is still on of people in the state of Manipur. A reaction that is also coming from Medicom on the situation in the state. Listen.
इसके बारे में क्या बताऊं, अभी ये सिचुएशन अभी बहुत बुरा हाल हो रहा है और मैं बहुत अच्छा फील नहीं कर रही हूं। एक्चुअली बहुत बुरा फील कर रही हूं कि अभी ये वायलेंस अचानक मैं सोच भी नहीं पाया ऐसे अचानक कैसे हो रहा है करके। और ये कल रात से लेके बहुत भयंकर मतलब वो ज्यादा हो रहा है और मुझे चाहती हूँ कि हो सकता है तो जल्दी से जल्दी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कुछ करे कि मणिपुर में ये दोबारा मतलब ये पीस को ये सिचुएशन को खत्म होने के लिए ये मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रही हूँ।
Olympic champion Mary Kom appealing for peace, saying situation is not good in the state of Manipur, asking for help and asking all to maintain peace and calm in Manipur. So as we speak, the evacuation is being expedited, and for now we understand more than 7,000 people have already been evacuated to safer places. For now, quick roundup to all that's making news from across the country. The DCW chief has alleged that she was manhandled by Delhi police amid the scuffle that broke out over beds at Jantar Mantar late last night.
दिल्ली पुलिस क्यों गुंडागर्दी पे उतर कर आई है? दिल्ली पुलिस ब्रिजभूषण को बचाने के लिए और क्या क्या करेगी? पहले दिल्ली पुलिस ने एफआईआर नहीं दर्ज करी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के चलते इन्हें एफआईआर दर्ज करनी पड़ गई, तो अभी तक वो जो माइनर लड़की है उसके स्टेटमेंट्स तक रिकॉर्ड नहीं करे दिल्ली पुलिस ने। क्यों स्टेटमेंट्स नहीं रिकॉर्ड कर रही है दिल्ली पुलिस? और ऊपर से ब्रिजभूषण को अरेस्ट करने की जगह हम जैसी लड़कियों को, उन महिलाओं को, हम सबको परेशान किया जा रहा है।
Meanwhile, the NI conducted raids in Kishtwar and Baramulla areas in JNK earlier today. Remember, this comes just ahead of the G20 working group meeting scheduled for later this month in JNK. The BJP National General Secretary has lashed out at the Congress over its manifesto, which aims to ban the Bajrang Dal if the Congress comes to power in the state of Karnataka.
देखिएगा, बजरंगबली हमारे आराध्य हैं और कांग्रेस जिस प्रकार से अपने आप को चुनाव के अंदर कई बार अपने आप को हिंदू दिखाने की कोशिश करती है, मंदिरों के धक्के खाती है, लेकिन उसका असली चेहरा निकल आता है। ये उसका असली चेहरा है। जिस प्रकार से भगवान राम को नकारा था, उसी प्रकार से उन्होंने बजरंग दल पर जो पाबंदी की बात की है, साफ साफ जो बजरंग बली के अनुयायी है उनका अपमान करना, उनको जेल में डालना, ऐसी भावना के तहत किया गया है।
Russian Foreign Minister is in Goa for the scheduled SCO meet, which begins today. Among those attending are Chinese Finance Minister as well as the Pakistan Finance Minister Bilawal Bhutto. Section 144 imposed in 8 districts of Manipur and mobile internet services have been suspended in the entire northeastern state over violence during a tribal agitation on Wednesday over their ST status. Meanwhile, President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state, Odisha, starting today. Toy manufacturers in Karnataka have lauded Prime Minister Modi's decision to prohibit the import of toys from China and said that the government's action is contributing to augmenting their profitability. Himachal Chief Minister has said that a major hurdle has been removed for the construction of the PGI Satellite Centre as the Union Ministry of Forests and Environment has given its forest clearance. As many as 10 people died and a child was seriously injured after a truck and a car collided in Chhattisgarh district on Wednesday night. 2 people were killed and 5 others were injured when a hotel caught fire in J&K's Ramban district this morning. And shifting focus to the SCO meet that will take place today in Goa. Now, government sources have stated that the membership of Belarus would be discussed by the SCO leaders. 14 dialogue partners are involved. In fact, the dialogue partners yet to be confirmed will be Kuwait, UAE, Myanmar and Maldives, among others. And talking about the top focus of the SCO meet that will take place later in the day, the key focus we understand is going to be on regional security, as well as the Russia-Ukraine war escalation that is also likely to be taken up in the SCO meet. Let's take a look at this walkthrough, in fact a report that's been filed by my colleague Sayesha from the SCO Summit, from the SCO meet venue.
This is the venue of the SCO Foreign Ministers meet in Goa, where it is a 2-day event that has been planned through today and tomorrow, that is the 4th and 5th of May, where all the member countries and their foreign ministers will be meeting. Now, let me tell you, as of today, what is happening is 3 bilaterals that are lined up with EAM Jaishankar, who will be meeting his Russian counterpart, Chinese counterpart and Uzbekistan. Also to understand that the Pakistan delegation will be arriving this evening. Now, this is grabbing the headlines as it is after 11 years after Hina Rabbani Khar's previous visit in 2011 that that Pakistan will be making an in-person presence, and it will not be a virtual meeting as it was in the defense ministers meet. Let's also understand that very unlikely that there will be any bilateral schedule between the two countries, as is being maintained, where Pakistan is saying that this is their commitment to the SCO Charter, and India also making it very clear, especially after the Poonch attack, that a neighbor that engages in sponsoring and encouraging cross-border terrorism, there will be no talks unless they really live up to their commitment. So we are seeing that around this evening is when the Pakistan delegation is expected, led by Bilawal Bhutto, Pakistan Foreign Minister, and also Hina Rabbani Khar, MOS for Foreign Affairs in Pakistan. And as far as the bilateral with China is concerned, EM Jaishankar is also likely to talk about the situation at the LAC and how they expect China to honor the pact and the agreement that has been agreed upon between the two countries. Even when it comes to Russia, it is primarily about economic cooperation and the large deficit that, trade deficit, I beg your pardon, that India has been facing with Russia, especially post the procurement of large volumes of crude oil amid the Ukrainian crisis on discounted rates, and that is primarily is to figure in talks with Russia to make it a deal that is in the mutual interest of both countries. This is also coming in the backdrop of Kremlin claiming an assassination attempt against Putin and leveling all these allegations against Zelenskyy in Ukraine, which of course the Russian embassy had said that Sergei Lavrov's visit to India will not be impacted in any which way. In fact, he did arrive this morning. So these are the updates coming in from the first day of the SCO Summit, and the main event, that is tomorrow, that is the 5th of May, is when the meeting will actually take place.
Would be on that SCO meet, which will take place later in the day. We're given to understand that External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is holding a bilateral with Chinese counterpart as we speak. So tracking closely all the developments from Goa, where the SCO meet would be taking place, and that roundtable meet that will also be taking place tomorrow itself. But for now, moving on to the other big story we've been tracking after Russia claimed it foiled an attack by Ukrainian drones on the Kremlin early Wednesday. The US State Department has said that it cannot authenticate Russia's claim that Kiev sent drones to attack the Kremlin.
The US State Department Deputy Spokesperson Vedant Patel refrained from speaking about the recent attack on Kremlin.
We have been pretty clear and consistent throughout this that we'll continue to support our Ukrainian partners for as long as it takes. In fact, we as recently as last week announced another presidential drawdown, and we will continue to do so. But that being said, I think it's also really important to take a step back. I don't want to speculate about the authenticity of this, but we also have been clear and consistent, as you said, that about not encouraging or enabling the Ukrainians to strike beyond its border.
While Russia has pointed fingers at Ukraine for an attempt to assassinate the Russian president, Ukraine has termed Russia's claims baseless. Agency report, Republic TV.
Alright, on that note, we slip into a very short break, but do not go anywhere. We continue to track all the latest from poll-bound Karnataka, where elections are all set to take place on 10th of May in just 6 days from now. And also tracking closely all the developments after the army chopper crashed in a remote area of Kishwar. Officials say injured pilot and co-pilot have now been rescued. And phase 1 of critical civic body elections in Uttar Pradesh, all eyes on results on 13th of May.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who are members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash, was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi, has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
Popular Front of India that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I'm a politician, I'm not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links.
All right, we are cutting across to these visuals that are coming in right now from MP's Jabalpur, where we understand Congress office has been vandalized. Allegedly by the Bajrang Dal is what Congress is stating at this point, while the Bajrang Dal has refuted the allegations that have been made by the Congress. So visuals there on your screens right now are from MP's Jabalpur, where we understand a lot of ruckus can be seen. Apparently, Congress has alleged that Bajrang Dal is behind the vandalism which seems to have happened at the Congress office in MP's Jabalpur. All right, Satya Vijay getting us that news break. Satya Vijay, what's the situation looking like? We understand that there's a lot of blame game involved. The Congress, they're alleging that Bajrang Dal is behind this vandalism which has happened. All right, not sure if we have Satya Vijay, but Satya Vijay, if you're still with us, take us through the details of these visuals that we are showing of the vandalism at Congress office.
जी हाँ, देखिए जबलपुर में बड़ा बवाल हुआ है। बजरंग दल पर यह आरोप लग रहा है कि उन्होंने कांग्रेस दफ्तर में तोड़फोड़ की है। हालांकि बजरंग दल के जो लोग हैं वो इससे इंकार कर रहे हैं। दरअसल जिस तरह से कर्नाटक में पीएफआई से बजरंग दल की तुलना की है, इसके बाद से पूरे देश में बवाल हो रहा है। बजरंग दल हो चाहे भाजपा हो, इस पर सवाल खड़े कर रही है कि कर्नाटक ने आखिर पीएफआई से बजरंग दल की तुलना कैसे कर दी। और इसी को लेकर यहाँ पर शांतिपूर्ण प्रदर्शन करने गए थे बजरंग दल के कार्यकर्ता जबलपुर में कांग्रेस दफ्तर के बाहर, जहां पर से की तोड़फोड़ की ये तस्वीरें हम तस्वीरें हम दिखा रहे हैं। हालांकि इन तोड़फोड़ की तस्वीरों पर जो वहां पर प्रदर्शन करने गए बजरंग दल के कार्यकर्ता हैं, जो नेता हैं, उनका साफ तौर पर कहना है कि वो हिंसक प्रदर्शन नहीं करते हैं, उन्होंने तोड़फोड़ नहीं की है। कांग्रेस कार्यकर्ता ही बजरंग दल कार्यकर्ताओं के भेष में, भगवा भेष में आए और उन्होंने तोड़फोड़ की है, ये बजरंग दल के कुछ कार्यकर्ता वहां पर कह रहे हैं। लेकिन घटनास्थल की जो तस्वीरें हैं, जो ड्रामेटिक तस्वीरें हम दिखा रहे हैं, उसमें सैकड़ों लोग करीब 10 से 15 मिनट तक बवाल करते हैं, हंगामा करते हैं, कांग्रेस दफ्तर में तोड़फोड़ करते हैं। उनके जो सामान कांग्रेस दफ्तर में रखा है उसमें तोड़फोड़ की जाती है। जो कांग्रेस के बैनर, पोस्टर, होर्डिंग लगे हैं वो फाड़े जाते हैं और ये हंगामा करीब 10 से 15 मिनट चलता है। और बड़ी बात यह कि वहां पर जो तस्वीरें, जो विजुअल हम दिखा रहे हैं, उसमें देखिए कि कहीं पर भी कोई पुलिसकर्मी दिखाई नहीं देता है। तो पीएफआई से बजरंग दल की तुलना करना, बजरंग दल को बैन करने पर जो बवाल मचा हुआ है, उसके बाद देश भर में इस तरह की तस्वीरें कह सकते हैं कि जो गुस्सा है जो बजरंग दल कार्यकर्ता है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। और यहां पर शांतिपूर्ण प्रदर्शन की बात बजरंग दल कर रहा है कि वो करने गए थे, शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से अपना विरोध दर्ज करा रहे थे। उनका यह ऐतराज था कि उनकी तुलना पीएफआई जो कि एक आतंकी संगठन उससे नहीं होना चाहिए। और इसी बीच इस तरह से हंगामा हो जाता है, बवाल हो जाता है, तोड़फोड़ हो जाती है।
All right, Satya Vijay, we'll have to leave it at that. So, of course, the latest that's coming in from Jabalpur, the Bajrang Dal controversy only getting bigger by the day. Remember, this comes after Congress in its manifesto in poll-bound Karnataka stated that it would be banning the Bajrang Dal if it comes to power in the state of Karnataka. On that note, that's all we have for you in this edition. Our key focus to continue to be on the SCO meet that will happen today, and also the latest from Manipur, where the army has been deployed to help in rescue operations or evacuation of the civilians in the state.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, you and I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. In fighting in Maharashtra, opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I'm a politician, I'm not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who are members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, you and I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who are members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Army chopper crashes in remote area of Kishtwar. Officials say injured pilot and co-pilot rescued. Bajrang Dal controversy explodes. VHP stages Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka. Big divide in the Congress party. Former UPA minister says state government has no right to ban groups. Phase 1 of critical civic body elections in Uttar Pradesh. All eyes on results on the 13th of May. Foreign Minister of Russia lands in Goa for SCO Summit. Ukraine issue could be discussed. The Army Assam Rifles troops deployed in Manipur to tackle violence. Union Home Minister speaks to the Chief Minister of Manipur. We're live and breaking on Republic TV, and you're watching this bulletin with me, Rakshita Mishra. We're getting in some news from Uttar Pradesh's Amroha, and that's the breaking news we're getting in Amroha, where the municipal elections are underway. An incident of stone pelting has been reported during the voting, and several people have suffered injuries. That is the latest we're getting in from Uttar Pradesh right now. This coming in from Uttar Pradesh's Amroha, where incident of stone pelting has been reported. Remember, the municipal elections in Uttar Pradesh's Amroha are underway. An incident of stone pelting has been reported from Amroha during the voting, and several people have suffered injuries. That is the latest we are getting in. Who are these people? We need to know who has been involved here. My colleague Vivek Rai is joining us on the broadcast for more. Vivek, what more details can you share with us about this?
देखिए, तकरीबन आधे घंटे पहले की घटना है जब ये बताया जा रहा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी और बहुजन समाज पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं के बीच में झड़प हुई है। आपको बता दें कि दोनों कार्यकर्ताओं ने एक दूसरे के ऊपर फर्जी वोटिंग का आरोप लगाया है, और इसी आरोप के बीच में, आरोप प्रत्यारोप के बीच में जो झड़प है वो बढ़ गई और पत्थरबाजी शुरू हो गई। हालांकि थोड़ी ही देर में पुलिस ने पूरी जो स्थिति है उसको अपने कंट्रोल में ले लिया है, और उसके बाद सभी को वहां से हटा दिया गया है। कुछ लोगों को पुलिस ने हिरासत में भी लिया है। अब बताएं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी और बहुजन समाज पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता थे जिन्होंने एक दूसरे पर फर्जी वोटिंग का आरोप लगाते हुए ये पूरी काम किया है। हालांकि पुलिस अभी जिन लोगों को पुलिस ने हिरासत में लिया है उनसे पुलिस अभी पूछताछ कर रही है, और आने वाले समय में कुछ गिरफ्तारियां और हो सकती है, लेकिन फिलहाल जो स्थिति है वो पूरी तरीके से कंट्रोल में।
All right. So you're saying that it's BJP and the BSP workers who are allegedly involved in this, and how many people have been injured? What are the details? Are there any critical injuries there, Vivek?
देखो, कोई क्रिटिकल इंजरी की बात फिलहाल निकल के सामने नहीं है। 2-4 लोगों को कुछ चोटें लगी थी, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से पत्थरबाजी दोनों तरफ से हो रही थी उसमें कुछ लोग आंशिक तौर पर थोड़े बहुत लोग घायल हुए, लेकिन किसी भी तौर पर कोई मेजर क्रिटिकल इंजरी किसी को नहीं है। आपस में दोनों गुटों के बीच में पथराव हुआ था। उसी दरमियान पुलिस फोर्स चूँकि पहले से भी वहाँ पर डिप्लॉयड थी। जैसे ये चीज़ें निकल के सामने आई, कुल 1 से 1.5 मिनट ये चीज़ें चली। उसी दरमियान पुलिस ने पूरी स्थिति को कंट्रोल किया। पुलिस ने सभी को वहाँ से भगाया, और उसके बाद कुछ लोग को वहाँ से, जो लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व थे, उनको हिरासत में भी लिया है। फिलहाल स्थिति पूरी तरीके से सामान्य है। कुल 1 से 1.5 मिनट की पूरी घटना है जो अमरोहा में हुई है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी और बीएसपी के कार्यकर्ता रहे हैं जिनके बीच में झड़प देखने को मिली।
All right. Thank you so much, Vivek, for joining us with all those details on that story. Viewers, this is the latest we're getting in from Uttar Pradesh's Amroha, where an incident of stone pelting has been reported while the voting for municipal elections was underway. A video has gone viral wherein Congress workers can be seen distributing cash to the people of Karnataka. A voice can be heard saying cast vote to Zameer Ahmed. The video is said to be from Chamrajpet in Bengaluru. So on tape, a Congress worker is captured distributing cash, and the video of the same is on your screens right now. Prime Minister Modi on Friday, on the 5th of May, will hold two public programs in Bellary and Tumkur Assembly constituencies in view of the upcoming Karnataka polls scheduled for the 10th of May. In view of the upcoming Karnataka polls, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold a mega 36.6 kilometer long roadshow in Bengaluru on the 6th of May. According to sources, Prime Minister Modi's roadshow will be held in two installments from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. covering 10.1 kilometers and then from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. covering 26.5 kilometers. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will hold two public rallies in Jewargi and Afzalpur in Kalaburgi ahead of the upcoming polls. The rallies will commence at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. BJP leader K.S. Ishwarappa retorted strongly to Congress's Karnataka manifesto by burning the document. He refuted Congress's claim that BJP is a communal party and said that BJP is not a communal but a nationalist party. Former Chief Minister of Karnataka H.D. Kumaraswamy commented on the Congress's manifesto amid political row in the poll-bound Karnataka, which stoked a political row a few days ahead of the Karnataka Assembly elections, and asked why did they not ban the Bajrang Dal during their 5 years of governance.
According to our party stand, all those things not the important issue now. Why this Congress government, when they are running the government for 5 years, why they have not banned that organization? Why they are raising now this subject? What is the necessity? We have to change the culture of those organizations. We have to teach them how to behave in the public life. That is important.
All the parties in poll-bound Karnataka have locked horns in the run-up to the assembly elections slated on the 10th of May. Former Chief Minister and Congress leader Veerappa Moily has said that it's not within the purview of the state to ban the Bajrang Dal and that D.K. Shivakumar will second that thought with more clarification. The VHP has joined hands with the Bajrang Dal to hit back at the Congress for spreading enmity and hatred and said that it will protest across locations and chant the Hanuman Chalisa.
और कांग्रेस का भी मालूम पड़ रहा है, पूरा कर्नाटक का पूरा जनता उसको अभी विरोध कर रहा है. कल तो ट्विटर में करीब 70,000 के ज़्यादा ट्वीट हुए बजरंग दल का बैन के ऊपर. तो ये कांग्रेस को अभी सोचना चाहिए, कांग्रेस उसको वापस लेना चाहिए, नहीं तो बजरंग दल अगले 4-5 दिन है हम कांग्रेस का विरुद्ध पोस्टर अभियान बनाएंगे, सभा बनाएंगे, पूरा कर्नाटक में घर घर जाएंगे, घर घर जाके सभी घर वालों को बताएंगे कांग्रेस को मत वोट डालो. वो हम अभियान बजरंग दल से हम शुरू करेंगे.
Bajrang Dal has decided to perform Hanuman Puja and recite Hanuman Chalisa at over 100 locations in the entire state over the next couple of days as a mark of protest to Congress's bold promise to ban the outfit in Karnataka for promoting enmity and hatred. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister has added his name to the list of leaders urged by Congress's provocative manifesto suggesting a ban on Bajrang Dal. Shifting focus to the SCO meet, government sources have said that the membership of Belarus as a member will be discussed by SCO and Iran might be added. 14 dialogue partners are in, 4 dialogue partners yet to be confirmed. It will be Kuwait, UAE, Myanmar and Maldives. Member states still confirming for July, but as standard format for past summits, all leaders will be present. SCO is positive with India's chairmanship and the role played by India in a short time. My colleague Suyesha Sawant has filed this report from the venue. Take a listen in. All right, in fact, my colleague Suesha is joining us live on the broadcast from the venue of the SCO Summit, and we are live and breaking on this. Visuals on your screen, you can see Pak Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto there. Suesha, Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto, before he came, he was of course there, he was uploading a video and talking about peace. He was preaching peace there. And what all is now slated, what all is now scheduled for today as far as the Pak Foreign Minister is concerned?
Oh yes, so Rakshita, let me tell you that this obviously has been grabbing all the headlines, and that is the physical presence of the Pakistan Foreign Minister and the Pakistan delegation arriving in India after 11 years, because last we remember it was Hina Rabbani Khar who had come to India in 2011, and this time around the whole Pak Foreign delegation will be in India, in-person presence. A lot of questions that have been raised, especially in Pakistan, because their own people also ask them as to why he is coming in person when it is their own defense minister who virtually attended the SCO defense ministers meet. But having said that, we are putting out those pictures on our screens right now where you see how Bilawal Bhutto was welcomed. Let me also tell you that, this is the picture that is coming in from the airport. So it is a while from now when the Pakistani delegation will actually be reaching Taj Exotica, the venue that has been chosen for today and tomorrow for the SCO Foreign Ministers meet. And let's also understand that unlikely that there would be a bilateral between the two countries, and that is very, very clear, especially after the Poonch attack and the Pak link that was drawn to it. EM Jaishankar had made it amply clear that he had released a statement few days after, and he had said that a nation that engages, encourages, sponsors cross-border terrorism, India would not be talking, and also hoping that one day they will reach a stage where they honor their commitment. So really, honestly, of all that I have been interacting with my sources, as they do say that very unlikely that there would be a bilateral unless and until that minor possibility of something on the sidelines. But yes, we are putting out that picture. Several pictures that Republic has been able to access of how External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar had met with the SCO General Secretary this morning, and of course some very positive statements that have been made on how India is leading the way, because let's understand that India and Pakistan have become full members only in 2017, and now India is the chairing the group, and also all the meetings that have been underway from the national security advisors, followed by the defense ministers of the SCO members who had met, followed by now the foreign ministers meet, and all really paving the way to July 3rd and 4th when the actual SCO summit will be, and really what will be the agenda, as let's also understand that 15 decisions to be made in the course of the next 2 days amid the meetings that are to happen. And also Republic put out that picture of Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang, who engaged in a bilateral with EM S. Jaishankar this morning. So really, as of today that we are talking, it is the arrival of all the foreign ministers, and 3 bilaterals that were queued up for today. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar to interact with his Chinese counterpart, Russian counterpart, and Uzbekistan counterpart. We've been getting you all those pictures of the delegations who have been arriving one by one at Taj Exotica in Goa. And let me also tell you that as far as India is concerned, it has been very clear of how India is focusing on startups. In fact, the SCO General Secretary has also expressed how India has brought dynamism to the SCO, focusing on innovation and startup, traditional medicine, science and technology, and how India is really leading the way. SCO is extremely positive with India's chairmanship and the role that has been played by India in such a short time, and also important decisions to be made by all the member countries when it comes to including Belarus and Iran also as members. But we do understand that leaders of Belarus and Iran will be invited for the summit this year in July as observers. So all in all, like I said, that the agenda for this meet are regional and international issues, and of course if any member state wants to discuss any issue of common interest, it will be the focus also will be reform and modernization. But really, as we see, this is the very venue where you see a huge media delegation also present here and also capturing every development coming in from the SCO foreign ministers meet in Goa here. Rakshita.
All right. Thank you so much for the moment, Suyesha, for joining us with all those details and inputs on that story. We'll keep coming back to you for more as Republic TV is tracking that SCO meet from Ground Zero. But right now, viewers, it's time for a short break right now. Foreign Minister of Russia, remember, has landed in Goa for SCO Summit. All right, we're getting some breaking news also coming in at this point in time. Some breaking news is coming in at this point in time. All right, this coming in regarding the Kerala story there. Relief for Kerala story, relief for the makers of the Kerala story. Remember, this movie and the movie's release has been embroiled in a massive controversy ever since the trailer was released. But right now we are learning that there is a relief for makers of this movie called the Kerala story right now. And we are getting in some more details as the details come in. About this story. Remember, the hearing was underway, and right now what we are learning is that the Supreme Court has declined to entertain the matter. This is the breaking news we are getting in. This matter was being heard today in the Supreme Court. The Apex Court has now declined to entertain the matter, and what we understand is that the road for the release will be clear now. Supreme Court has refused to entertain plea on the Kerala story. That is the big breaking news we are getting in, viewers. Big breaking news coming in. Relief for this movie, the Kerala story. No ban right now. No ban as of now is what we understand. The CGI said that right now there will be no relief for the petitioner, but there is indeed a relief for the makers. And he's saying the CGI, Justice Chandrachud, remember, he said that we are not ready to hear this matter right now. And CGI D.Y. Chandrachud also went on to say that one must think of the actors, producers. They told the petitioner that you must think of the actors, producer. They have all put their labor. You must be very careful about staying films. The market will decide if it is not up to the mark. Remember, there was a huge political face-off over this movie, even without even the release. You know, there was a demand for, there were many voices who were against the release, saying that this is a propaganda movie. The Vadra Congress, the Kerala Chief Minister himself, remember, was saying that this movie is a propaganda movie and this is not the Kerala story. That is what Shashi Tharoor had to say. But we all know that this movie has not been screened anywhere yet, and the matter was taken to court. Supreme Court has now refused to stay the release of the film. A big relief for the makers. All right, we are getting that is it. My colleague is joining us on the phone line for more. Big relief for the makers of this movie, the Kerala story there. It has been cleared for release. That's what we understand. All right, we'll try and reconnect with Sambhav there. But right now, that is the latest we're getting in. CGI, D.Y. Chandrachud was saying that we are not seized of the matter. CBFC has released the film. He went on to say that Kerala High Court declined to stay the release. Yesterday, we said, this is what Justice Chandrachud has said, that yesterday we said we will not hear the petition moved to the High Court. So now to hear this application, they are not ready to hear this application. Remember, there was a whole lobby that was against the release of this movie, calling it a propaganda movie. There were leaders from the left, there were leaders from the Congress saying that there's nothing like love jihad that is intended to be shown in this movie. There's nothing nothing called ISIS brides. There's nothing called ISIS sex slaves that has happened in Kerala. And we also had the Chief Minister of Kerala saying this is a propaganda movie. There were many, of course, political voices that were against the release. But right now we are getting in the Supreme Court has cleared the release. And my colleague Sambhav is joining us on the phone line for more. Sambhav, a big relief for the makers of the Kerala story, a big setback for those who were against this.
Well, yes, this was the matter in the Chief Justice of India's court today, wherein the top court bench led by CGI refused to entertain the petition challenging CBFC certificate, Central Board for Film Certification certification, the certification which is granted to the movie The Kerala Story. And the bench also says that think about the producer, think about the actors. This is what happened today. And apart from it, day after day, this Kerala Story is making the headlines in the top court. Again and again, petitions are being moved. And today, in a recent development, the top court bench led by CJI refuses to entertain the petition challenging CBFC certification to the movie.
Right, of course. But, if you talk about what the Justice Chandrachud had to say, he has also very importantly mentioned that the petitioners must think about the actors, the producers. They have all put in their labor, and one must be very careful when it comes to calling for ban on any movies release. And we have seen this happening time and again when it comes to movies there. And remember, this movie has not even been screened. There were, of course, people who were saying that at least watch this film before you call for censorship. But right now, All right, Sharad Pawar is currently addressing the media at this point in time. Remember, there is a huge political uproar in Maharashtra there as Sharad Pawar quit as the NCP chief few days back, and right now he's outside the YB Chavan Center in Mumbai, in South Mumbai there, and he's expected to speak to the media. He's expected to also address the protesting workers of the NCP. Remember, there have been a resignation also. Top leader of the NCP had resigned. Jitendra Awad had resigned just yesterday in protest against the decision of the NCP founder there. Sharad Pawar, of course, is now going to appeal to the workers.
सगळे युवक रक्तानं पत्र लिहून साहेब आम्हाला पाठवत आहेत आणि म्हणून आम्ही त्यांचे प्रतिनिधी बनून आज आम्ही रक्तानं हे पत्र लिहून तुम्हाला विनंती करतोय. कारण सगळ्या कार्यकर्त्याच्या भावना आहेत. ते सगळे कार्यकर्ते आम्हाला फोन करून त्या ठिकाणी मेसेज करतायत, आंदोलन करतायत राज्यभर, आणि सगळ्यांची शरद पवार साहेबांच्या शिवाय राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्षाचं अध्यक्षपद हे कार्यकर्त्यांना मान्य नाही. साहेब, आपण जो निर्णय घेतो तो आम्हाला नेहमी मान्य असतो. फक्त एवढा जो निर्णय आपला अध्यक्षपदाचा, ह्या निर्णयाच्या बाबतीत आपण फेरविचार करावा आणि राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्षाचं अध्यक्षपद आपणच ठेवावं.
We request that Sharad Pawar should reconsider his decision. We have agreed to all the decisions that you have conveyed to us, but this decision of not being the NCP chief is not acceptable for us. It is our humble request that decision you should reconsider, because this is not only from Mumbai but across the country who has been requesting the same, and we have several letters with us as well which has been handed over to you at this point of time, and this is the request that has been made by each and every NCP workers and leader from the state, from the country, that you should reconsider your decision. You should take back your resignation and continue as the chief of the party. Since 3 days we are sitting here and continuously requesting you to reconsider your decision, and we will continue till the time you don't take back your decision. You have given an ample of chances to each and every leaders who are standing here, and we are working for the party under your blessing, under your guidance. At this point of time, if the country can be saved, is only because of you, and you should continue to be the chief, the leader of the party. We need you. and you should continue. It's been 3 days we are protesting here and requesting you because your decision to step down as the NCP chief is not acceptable. The party need you till the election. You took the decision without informing any of the leader. This is something unacceptable as well. This is not only about Maharashtra, but it is about the country that the party you need to take forward. You have given your resignation, but this is not acceptable from any of the either worker or leaders. We need you and we want you to save us from the upcoming election.
अरे नाही होऊ शकत हा दुसरा
So they are continuously making their request to Sharad Pawar, saying that the party needs you, party needs Sharad Pawar. If you need to take forward the legacy of Shahu Maharaj, Ambedkar, so the guidance of yours is much needed and you should continue as the president. We cannot see someone else to be the face of the NCP. We cannot see someone else sitting as the president of the party. Take back your decision.
ए थांबा आता थांबा
Since 2 days, I am meeting the leaders of the party, and I can understand the feeling that you are expressing in YB Chawan at this place.
तुम्ही काय फक्त मुंबईच महाराष्ट्र नाही संपूर्ण महाराष्ट्राच्या अनेक जिल्ह्यात आलेला आणि तुम्ही
I am getting calls not only from Maharashtra but across country.
जो काही निर्णय मी घेतला तो
Whatever the decision I have taken,
त्यासाठी घेतला
I have taken for the further course of the party. It's for the future of the party.
आम्ही लोक जोपर्यंत भक्कम साधारण त्यांच्या मागं त्यामधून नवीन नेतृत्व हे शक्तिशाली करावं.
And I truly believe that there should be a new face which should take forward the party. It was very hard for me as well to take this decision. I think about it a lot. And I was pretty sure about it. If I would have discussed this about my decision to all of you, so you could have never been allowed me to take this decision. I have to stand with my decision. But the only intention is to
त्याच्यासाठी महाराष्ट्राच्या
See the
बाहेर
future of the party.
अनेक तुमचे सहकारी या ठिकाणी आले. माझ्याशी उद्या त्यांना बोलायचं आहे. माझी आणि त्यांची बैठक उद्या संध्याकाळपर्यंत होईल आणि ती झाल्याच्या नंतर जे काही तुम्हाला सगळ्यांची भावना आहे ती निर्देशावर ठेवून बाहेरून आलेल्या
The committee has already been formed and there will be decision. The final decision will be taken only after the decision. Myself will attend all the meetings.
कार्यकर्त्याच्या मनाची जी भावना आहे ती दुर्लक्षित केली जाणार नाही. एवढंच या ठिकाणी
And the feeling of all the workers will not will be taken into consideration.
Alright, so there you see the visuals coming from YB Shawan Center where the NCP cadre has gathered in large numbers, mounting that pressure on Sharad Pawar, saying that they will not be accepting the resignation of Sharad Pawar. As the NCP chief remains to be seen whether Sharad Pawar would be taking back his decision, and if he does not, who is going to be the next NCP chief is the question. Let's take that across to Alisha, who's joining us from the newsroom. Alisha, take us through all those updates you're picking up. We understand, of course, furor quite evident with NCP cadre gathered, asking Sharad Pawar to take back his decision.
Because it's been 3 days where all the workers who are present in YB Chawan, they are continuously requesting Sharad Pawar to take back his decision, and he should continue as the president of the party. But here what we know that Sharad Pawar, who is very much adamant of his decision, and he also addressed the workers today and clearly said that the committee has already been formed and the committee will take the decision, and the decision that has been taken by Sharad Pawar is just for the future of the party, is what mentioned by Sharad Pawar. So it is very important to see that tomorrow there will be a committee meeting, 18-member committee that has been formed by Sharad Pawar itself. The meeting is going to happen in NCP office in Mumbai, where the final decision will be taken whether the fact who will be the next president of the NCP. Well, we know there are several meetings, the closed door meeting that has also happened in YB Chawan, but Sharad Pawar here made it very much clear that he is not going to continue, and the decision what he has taken to step down as the NCP chief is going to be firm on his decision. And today, where as I mentioned that since the day when Sharad Pawar has announced his retirement and clearly said that he is going to work for the people but not to continue as the president of the party. Since then, the workers who have been staging protest in YB Chawan, where Sharad Pawar itself has been coming since morning.
और हमारी भावनाओं को विचार में लिया जाएगा। आप सभी कार्यकर्ताओं से मैंने पूछना चाहिए था, मगर मैंने पूछा नहीं। अगर पूछता तो आप निर्णय नहीं लेने देते, मगर नया नेतृत्व आगे लाने के लिए मैंने निर्णय लिया था। मगर देश के सभी भागों से लोग उनको मिलने आ रहे हैं और वो सभी भागों के लोगों की भी उनको विनती है कि आप ये निर्णय वापस लो, और ये हम सबके कार्यकर्ताओं के भावना का विचार कर आने वाले 2 दिन में पवार साहब निर्णय लेंगे, ऐसा उन्होंने सूचित किया है। और कार्यकर्ताओं की मांग है उसको भी ध्यान में रखा जाएगा। हमारा मांग का सोच विचार किया जाएगा और उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए निर्णय लिया जाएगा।
So that's the feeling of the worker who clearly mentioned that they spoke to Sharad Pawar and they're continuously requesting Sharad Pawar to take back his decision. And what Sharad Pawar has mentioned that he is very much adamant over his decision, and he decided to step down as the NCP chief is just so that a new face would come and who can take forward the party is for the future of the party is what Sharad Pawar has mentioned. But also an assurance has been given to the workers as well, who is been staging protests since last 3 days in YB Chawan. And Sharad Pawar has mentioned that in next 2 days he could take a decision. But all eyes on meeting tomorrow that is going to commence, that is going to happen tomorrow, where 18-member committee that has been formed by Sharad Pawar. The meeting is going to happen in NCP office at Mumbai, where the final decision that who will be the face of NCP, who will be the president of NCP is to be decided, and it will be under the guidance of Sharad Pawar.
All right, so Alisha getting us the latest from Maharashtra. The visuals there on your screens right now are of the NCP cadre who are present along with Sharad Pawar, asking Sharad Pawar to take back his decision and that they will not accept the resignation of Sharad Pawar as the NCP chief. There's a high voltage drama at the YB Chavan Center as we speak. Sharad Pawar there interacting with the cadre, trying to allay their concerns. Meanwhile, we're given to understand that the latter remain firm on their stand that Sharad Pawar should take back his decision, saying that they will continue to protest, so completely up in arms, not willing to accept that resignation of Sharad Pawar as the NCP chief. Alisha, the question of course remains, is Sharad Pawar really rethinking on his decision to resign from the NCP chief post? And if he does not, who is going to be that NCP chief, whether it's going to be Supriya Sule or Ajit Pawar in this case?
Well, we heard from many of the workers or leaders stating that they are not ready to accept any other phase but only Sharad Pawar. Whether the fact even yesterday when Jitendra Award has also tendered his resignation and he resigned from the post of the National General Secretary. While speaking to Republic, he clearly mentioned that there is no if and but when it comes to politics, and specifically we are not ready to accept any other phase but only Sharad Pawar, and he has to take back his decision, he has to reconsider his decision, he has to take back his resignation, and he will continue to be the president of NCP. But here Sharad Pawar, right after 3 days while speaking to the workers, because since the day Sharad Pawar, who has announced his retirement and stated that he is no longer going to be the NCP chief and the new face should give a chance and another chance to run the party. Well, there are several names that has come up and Ajit Pawar and Supriya Sule, who are the front runners, but the final decision will be taken by the committee, because we know 18-member committee that has been formed by Sharad Pawar itself, and the important meeting that is going to happen tomorrow in NCP office in Mumbai, where the final decision will be taken. But we know the workers and the leaders from the several districts has clearly made it clear that they will not accept the resignation of Sharad Pawar. They cannot see anyone else. So if this committee, which has been formed, take the decision and make a new face as the president of the NCP, what will be the reaction of the other state people, all the leaders who's been reacting since 3 days, and today again assurance has been given by Sharad Pawar that he will reconsider, he will think about it, and in the next 2 days the final decision will be delivered.
Yes, and Alisha, important to mention here about Uddhav's mouthpiece Samna here, where they've sort of taken a swipe at Ajit Pawar, saying that he has chief ministerial ambitions. So clearly there is a widening rift within the Mahavikas Aghadi as well, with Sharad Pawar now saying that he's going to be resigning from the NCP chief post.
Well, yes, Samiksha, because it's Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, Shiv Sena, and Samna, which is a mouthpiece of Samna, and Sanjay Raut has also made it very much clear that it is some of the either way, where the Sharad Pawar was very much forced to step down as the president of the party because they want to get an alliance with the BJP, is what has been mentioned in the mouthpiece. And not only this, but also said that Ajit Pawar many of the time has showed his interest to be the chief minister of Maharashtra. So how this goes, or the allegation that has been made, because we even heard from the NCP and clearly stated that it's a party matter, it's a NCP internal matter, and we are very much capable enough to give a statement from our side. It is no other leader can give a statement on behalf of NCP, is what the answer has also been given by NCP. but we'll see what will be the tomorrow meeting, which will be very important. I'm also joined with my colleague Sandeep, who is present in YB Chavan. Sandeep, if you can talk to us about Sharad Pawar, who just left from YB Chavan, and he also spoke to the workers who have been staging protests since last 3 days, demanding that Sharad Pawar should take back his decision.
Yes, Alisha, as you rightly mentioned that Sharad Pawar spoke to his party workers who were in fact protesting since last 2-3 days since Sharad Pawar has resigned. Two of the most important point out here, that after tomorrow you will not have to protest. That is what Sharad Pawar has clearly mentioned. Your demands will not be ignored. Your demands will not be ignored. That is what Sharad Pawar in fact mentioned. He also stated that now it is my time, and in fact I am old age. So definitely that he has already assured his party workers, but it is, Sharad Pawar is, someone who is a very unpredictable leader. Remember the past that he has had in politics. So definitely what he is thinking, whether Supriya Sule will be crowned as the next party chief, there is still suspense there. But what our sources are, telling us is that the maximum numbers of the committee members are in the favor of Sharad Pawar to continue as the party president, because there are Lok Sabha elections in upcoming days. So definitely maximum leaders are not in the favor to in fact I'll just pick few of the people out here, the party workers out here. पवार साहब का स्टेटमेंट आया है, उन्होंने कहा है कि अब मेरी उम्र हो गई है, लेकिन अगले दिन के बाद 2 दिन के बाद आपको ये प्रोटेस्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी।
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं बोला उम्र हो गई है। उन्होंने ताकत दिया कि ये निर्णय जल्दबाजी में हुआ था, कार्यकर्ताओं से संपर्क करके नहीं लिया गया। ये निर्णय और अच्छा होगा, 2 दिन में निर्णय वापस होगा। पवार साहब ही अध्यक्ष रहेंगे।
तो उम्मीद है कि शरद पवार बने रहेंगे पार्टी
100%। पवार साहब ही
आप क्या चाहते हैं? जिस प्रकार से शरद पवार का स्टेटमेंट आया, क्या चाह रहे हैं?
अध्यक्ष बने रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि अभी मोदी के सामने अच्छे उन्हें घुटने टिका दिए। पवार साहब से हमें ये अपेक्षा है कि पवार साहब अध्यक्ष पद पे कायम रहना चाहिए।
So you just heard NCP chief Sharad Pawar has just resigned from his post. He mentions that now it's time. Now he also assures you that he will also you will not have to protest. What's your thought?
Sharad Pawar Sahab is not only a fatherly figure for Rashtrawadhi Congress Party, but for the entire nation. Today Sharad Pawar Sahab, when he came, he said that my kids, you are sitting outside YB Chauhan Center, you are writing letters from your blood. I myself gave him a letter from my blood, and that was the time he said कि हे करू नका, मला त्रास होते, कारण ते आमचे बाबा आहे. We know that he is our father and he is like
but the question out here, in case if Sharad Pawar does not remain the party chief, or he still does not withdraw the resignation, will you accept Supriya Sule as a party chief, or the decision that has been taken by the committee?
See, the current situation that we have in Nationalist Congress Party is all our leaders are tigers, but we have one Babbar Sher, that is Sharad Pawar Sahib. So Sharad Pawar Sahib has to be the Adhyaksh.
Maximum people out here, maximum party workers out here who are protesting out here are in the favor of Sharad Pawar, and in fact they want Sharad Pawar to continue as a party chief. And you see the visuals out here from YB Chauhan Center. Sharad Pawar has in fact appealed party workers that to withdraw this protest, and in fact he has also assured that after tomorrow you will not have to protest like this. So definitely big statement coming up after his resignation by Sharad Pawar, but the suspense still remains whether he will withdraw the resignation, or who will be the next party president. Will it be Supriya Sule or someone else apart from the Pawar family? Alisha.
Yes, Alisha of course continues to stay with us, but Sandeep, we heard a lot of these NCP workers very confident that Sharad Pawar would be taking back his decision, but hypothetically, if we were to assume that if Sharad Pawar does not take back his decision, are they willing to accept that Sharad Pawar will no longer be the NCP chief? And if that's the case, who is going to be the next NCP chief is the question which is on everybody's mind.
See, as far as sources are concerned, and maximum party leaders are in fact in the favor of Supriya Sule. Ajit Pawar has already clarified. That he is no longer interested to remain to become the party president. So he is out of the race. That is what Ajit Pawar himself has confirmed. Apart from that, Supriya Sule is highly optimistic, and maximum members in the committee also want Supriya Sule to take charge as the president. In fact, if at all Sharad Pawar does not withdraw the resignation, you see placards. You see the placards out here. These women are also who are against the Sharad Pawar's resignation will speak. आप लोग प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, पवार साहब ने आपको संतावना दी है, अश्योरेंस दिया है, क्या कहेंगे?
एक्चुअली हम प्रदर्शन नहीं कर रहे, ये हमारी मन की भावना है, ये जो हम यहाँ पे ला रहे हैं। एक्चुअली ये महाराष्ट्र के प्रतिनिधित्व करने वाले युवक युवती के सबके लीडर्स यहाँ पे बैठे हैं महाराष्ट्र में।
लेकिन आपको क्या लगता है, अगर पवार साहब इस्तीफा वापस नहीं लेते हैं तो क्या आप सुप्रिया सुले को अपना पार्टी प्रेसिडेंट?
ये हमने अभी सोचा ही नहीं है। हम कल हमारे पार्टी का नेक्स्ट अध्यक्ष।
आप बताइए, आपको क्या लगता है, पवार साहब को बने रहना चाहिए?
बने रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि उनके इससे हम लोग तो आगे जा रहे हैं ना।
अगर सुप्रिया सुले बनती है या प्रफुल्ल पटेल बनते हैं तो आप लोगों को मान्य होगा?
नहीं, मतलब ऐसा कुछ सोचे ही नहीं अभी तक।
Just heard the party workers. The sentiments are with still Sharad Pawar. They cannot, in fact, imagine anyone who, as the party chief without Sharad Pawar. Because remember, Sharad Pawar is nationally known leader. He became the chief minister at the age of 27. He is seasoned politician, and in fact, what are the sentiments out here? As they speak, I would request my VJ to show you the visual. As far as the sentiments is concerned, Samiksha, the party workers want Sharad Pawar to remain as the party chief because he is the seasoned politician. He knows in and out politics. He has a relation across party, whether being in opposition or in power. He had good relations with everyone. So definitely, at this point of time, Sharad Pawar's statement has a lot of meaning, but the suspense on one thing remains, that who will become the next party chief, or whether Sharad Pawar will withdraw the resignation or not. Samiksha.
All right, to news that's just coming in, Congress definitely on the back foot when it comes to the Bajrang Dal pitch. Remember, Congress in its manifesto has stated that it would be banning the Bajrang Dal if it comes to power, something that has not really gone down well with not just the VHP as well as the Bajrang Dal, but even the BJP protests, of course, taking place across the country. And as we speak, the still on your screens right now is of... the still that has surfaced, DK Shivakumar, who's also expressed his commitment to the development of temples across the state if Congress comes to power in the state of Karnataka. So recognizing the significance of the birthplace of the goddess birthplace in the state of Karnataka, Congress clearly on the back foot, and the visuals there on your screens coming in right now of Congress leaders who are seen visiting Hanuman temples and saying that if it comes to power in the state of Karnataka, it would be constructing Hanuman temples across the state of Karnataka. In fact, a soundbite that has also come in from the Karnataka Congress chief DK Shivakumar, who sort of tried to assure people of Karnataka that he would be ordering the construction of temples, Hanuman temples specifically, in Karnataka. Let's go across to Prajwal, who's getting us this news break. Prajwal, Congress there clearly on the back foot, given how we've seen things shape over the last 2 days, and the Bajrang Dal controversy, which has only snowballed into a bigger national issue as well.
Yes, Samiksha, because this has happened right after the Union Minister Shobha Karandlaje had gone on to question the Congress about the birthplace of Lord Anjaneya and also questioning them about the Anjanadri Hill as to why was the Siddaramaiah government not acting on the Anjanadri Hill and why they did not develop this into a tourist spot, or why they did not create any sort of special any sort of special approach for the construction of the temple as well, because the BJP had initially gone ahead and stated even in the budget that they will be building a Ram temple, but also apart from which under the Muzrai department too, they stated that on the Anjanadri Hill there will also be a separate temple built for Lord Anjaneya as well, and this has become the talking point now because the Union Minister questioned Randeep Singh Surjewala, stating that Surjewala did not know about the birthplace or the history of the Anjanadri Hill and Lord Hanuman in itself, and after which now DK Shivkumar has immediately done this, and this has happened at Mysuru as well, because DK Shivkumar has not only gone to the Hanuman temple, but he's also gone to the Anjanadri Hill. He's also gone to Chamundeshwari temple in Mysuru, and he's also offered prayers at the hill shrine itself. And he stated that it will not only be the responsibility of building the hill shrine in itself, it will not only be the responsibility of the Congress to build the Hanuman temple, but he will also go ahead and make sure that there will be a special thing which they will inculcate the values of Lord Hanuman, and the youths will be educated about it, and they will also build Hanuman temples across the entire state of Karnataka.
All right, Prajwal, stay with us while you just tell our viewers that's still on your screens. Looks like a photo op of sorts. DK Shivakumar, who's seen visiting the Hanuman temple in the state. This, of course, given the controversies surrounding Bajrang Dal ban, which is only snowballed in the state of Karnataka. There, you see the visual of Karnataka Congress chief who's seen visiting Hanuman temple. In fact, speaking to the media earlier, DK Shivakumar, the Karnataka Congress chief, has assured that if Congress comes to power in the state, it's going to be constructing Hanuman temples across the state. Prajwal, of course, continues to be with us. Prajwal, is this precisely because Congress seems to have realized the ramifications of what has really happened over the last few days?
The timing is something which has to be questioned at this point of time, Samiksha, because remember that they are facing severe backlash from pro-Hindu outfits and also from the BJP in itself, and the BJP openly states that Bajrang Dal is an integral part of the BJP too, and after all the backlash that they have faced, seems like the Congress is on a damage control mode as well, and they seem to be actively involved in this firefighting too, because they know that this can blow into a big controversy, because the Congress expected this to be quite a small matter which will be only limited to the Dakshina Kannada region. But earlier this morning, we have seen that protests have taken across in all the 224 assembly constituencies in Karnataka. And we also saw the kind of protests which happened in Shimoga as well as the Malnad region too. And therefore, after K.S. Ishwarappa started burning manifestos and started giving out open call for the Hindus to go on and protest against the Congress party in the state of Karnataka, now DK Shivkumar, who was in the Narsimraja constituency of the old Mysuru region, has visited a temple, a Hanuman temple, essentially in the old Mysuru region in the Narsimraja Assembly constituency while he was campaigning for the Congress candidate Tanveer Seth, and then he's offered special prayers over there. A special puja was also performed, and that was DK Shivkumar himself going ahead and praying to that idol of Lord Hanuman, which we are seeing those pictures on our screen, after which he stated that they will be building hundreds of Hanuman temples across the entire state of Karnataka. Yes, essentially this is a damage control mode as well, because now several senior Congress leaders had also lashed out and stated that this should not have been done, and essentially even no state governments can impose any sort of ban on Bajrang Dal if there is no sort of proof or evidence against them. So this in itself clearly shows the fact that the Congress unit in the state of Karnataka was divided as well. And somewhere Veerappa Moily, who also spoke exclusively to Republic, stated that yes, there has been talks of it, but it was not confirmed, and this has been added at the last moment too. So this is quite an interesting development, because the KPCC chief has now become the flag bearer now, and he's stating that Hanuman temples will be built across Samiksha, across the entire state.
Yes, Prajwal, just a quick follow-up question. You've been on the ground. Do you see a lot of anger also palpable on the ground? Because we clearly understand it's not just restricted to the VHP, the Bajrang Dal, or even the BJP. People seem to be miffed over this appeasement politics at large, and even, of course, the fact that they've equated Bajrang Dal with the banned outfit PFI in the state.
That is essentially what has happened, Samiksha, because earlier this morning when we had been to the protest at Bajrang Dal, there were around 100 to 150 individuals from all walks of lives who are coming in stating that they're not a part of the VHP or the Bajrang Dal, but essentially they want to go ahead and showcase their support to Bajrang Dal, which is a pro-Hindu outfit too. And this is something which has simmered on, and therefore now there is also, there are also hashtags trending against the Congress on social media stating that hashtag ban communal Congress. This is one of the campaign which has taken a lot of, which has spread like wildfire on social media as well, and it is gaining a lot of traction too. And in this regard, therefore, the Congress had to make sure that they would immediately go on to address this, and immediately now the KPCC chief has gone ahead and given out a statement. But in the state of Karnataka, apart from Veerappa Moily and DK Shivkumar, there has been no sort of statements which is coming from the other leaders, because Siddaramaiah, even yesterday when he was speaking at a public rally, stated that the Bajrang Dal should be banned as well. So is the Congress divided over it? Does DK Shivkumar not opine with what Siddaramaiah is stating is something that needs to be seen, and in the course of time, will this also split the Congress and will this cause a huge rift, is something that needs to be seen.
All right. Yes, Prajwal, so clearly a divide within the Congress itself when it comes to that Congress manifesto which mentions the ban on Bajrang Dal. In fact, let's listen into that exact bite of DK Shivakumar assuring the people that they would be constructing Hanuman temples across the state.
ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದಳದ ಭಕ್ತರು ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಿದೆ, ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂಥ ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ತಾಲೂಕಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ತಂದೆ ಆದಂಥ ಯುವಕರಿಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ತುಂಬಲು ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಲು ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಂಜಾದ್ರಿ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಂಡಳಿಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಈ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದ ಸನ್ನಿಧಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂಥ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಂಡಳಿಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಈ ದೇವರ ಸನ್ನಿಧಿಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತು ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ಈಗ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ದೇವರ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ರಾಜಕೀಯವಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಭಾವನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಾಜದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಧರ್ಮದವರು ಕೂಡ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ನಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ದೇವರು ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಅವರವರ ಭಕ್ತಿ, ಅವರವರ ಭಾವ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ವಿಚಾರ. ಈ ಮೈಸೂರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಮೈಸೂರು ಬರ್ತೀರಿ, ಒಂದು 25 ಕಡೆ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಇದೆ. ಕೆಂಗಲ್ ಹನುಮಂತೇವರು ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದೇನಾದ್ರು ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವ್ರು ಕಟ್ಟಿದಾರ? ಒಂದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನನ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವ್ರು ಕಟ್ಟಿದಾರ? ಒಂದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಎನ್ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಯಾರು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಯಾವುದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ದಾರಿ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದು ಏನಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಅಂಜಾದ್ರಿ ಏನು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದ ರಾಮ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳೋದು ರಾಮನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರಾಮನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ 4 ವರ್ಷ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನು ಅಂಜಾದ್ರಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಇದೆ, ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂಥ ಮಂಡಳಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
All right, Malvika Avinash of the BJP is joining us on the phone line for more on this, sharing her reaction on this. Ms. Avinash, We clearly heard what the KPCC chief DK Shivkumar had to say, and there's this picture that is going viral. He's bowing down to Lord Hanuman there. This just after the backlash over the banned Bajrang Dal pitch. How do you react to this?
No, they have realized their folly. The Congress party has realized its folly. Because taking on Hanuman bucks is not going to take them anywhere. And the fact that they drew an equivalence between a terror organization like the PFI along with the Bajrang Dal, they've realized how the people of Karnataka, how the Hindus of Karnataka have realized. So this is a desperate attempt at trying to cover up for what was said and done wrong. But they have put it in their manifesto that they're going to ban Bajrang Dal, which means they are against the Hindus. Is there anything else to prove that? They may say what they want now, but they have more than clearly established that they are against the Hindus of Karnataka.
Do you think that since you mentioned about the manifesto, so do you believe that or you feel that your party will still continue with its protest, as we are seeing that across 100 locations in Karnataka there is this recitation of the Hanuman Chalisa there in protest against the manifesto? But after this pitch, since he has announced that the Congress, if it comes to power, it will build the Hanuman temples and it will even, a number of Hanuman temples will be built. Will the BJP continue its protest?
That's not there in their manifesto, is it? Does the Congress manifesto say they are going to build temples? Whereas DK Shivkumar suddenly found this from. Let them first protect the Hindus of Karnataka, stop speaking against them, and stop proclaiming that they are going to ban Hindu dharmic organizations. What are they going to say next? Ban all Hindu festivals?
All right. Thank you so much. Right, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us with your thoughts on this. S. Prakash of BJP is also patched with us on the phone line. Mr. Prakash, we heard what DK Shivkumar had to say, and there's this photo that we are sharing on our screens right now at the Hanuman temple where DKS is, of course, bowing down to the deity, and he has also made a pitch for, building Hanuman temples right after the backlash over the manifesto. How do you see this?
No, after the backlash over equating Bajrang Dal with the PFI, Congress is on back foot. They are trying to do damage control. Now, DK Shivkumar is running to all the Hanuman temples wherever possible. And he has even announced many temples for Hanuman will be built. But you should understand, BJP is already announced and the work for the Anjanadri Hanuman temple is underway. And his claim and his announcement is only to for the sake of votes, and we are doing it for the sake of our belief. They have insulted the majority community.
All right.
They have equated a terror organization.
All right, sir. I'll have to cut you there. We're getting some breaking news coming in from this regarding dreaded gangsters killing in an encounter. Breaking news coming in relating to UP. The UP STF has killed dreaded gangster Anil Dujana in an encounter. That is the big breaking news we are getting in. Dreaded gangster has been encountered in Uttar Pradesh. Anil Dujana, a dreaded gangster, has been killed in an encounter with the UPSTF. That is, ladies and gentlemen, the big breaking news at this point in time. Getting more details on this. But right now, what we know is that Anil Dujana, a gangster, has been killed in encounter in Meerut now. That is the big breaking news we are getting in. This encounter took place in Meerut, and UPSTF and in an encounter killed.
नजर आ रही है, तो कहीं ना कहीं आप देख सकते हैं जो गैंगस्टर्स है वो या तो यूपी छोड़ के भाग गए हैं या तो उनको इनकाउंटर में मार गिराया है।
Gangster Anil Dujana, the dreaded gangster, has been killed in an encounter, and we were getting more details on this. We're trying to get more inputs from the ground, but what we know so far is that this encounter took place in Meerut, where the UP STF in an encounter with this gangster Anil Dujana. Right now on your screens you can see some visuals also in connection with this story. Right now the UP STF, you can see gangster Dujana has been killed in an encounter. And remember how the mafia and the gangsters in Uttar Pradesh have been of course
हो यूपी पुलिस हो इसकी तलाश में जुटी हुई थी। पहले ये कहा गया था कि अनिल दुजाना दिल्ली में छुपा हो सकता है और फिर उसके बाद ये कहा गया कि हरियाणा में छुपा हो सकता है, लेकिन उसकी जो लोकेशन थी वो मेरठ निकल के आई और मेरठ पहुंचने के बाद यूपी एसटीएफ ने पूरा जाल बुना और जाल बुनने के बाद जब इसको रोकने की कोशिश यूपी एसटीएफ के द्वारा किया गया तो कहीं ना कहीं अनिल दुजाना की तरफ से पहली फायरिंग की गई और उसके बाद यूपी एसटीएफ के द्वारा फायरिंग का शिकार अनिल दुजाना को होना पड़ा और ढेर हो गया। वहीं मौके पर अनिल दुजाना ढेर हो गया। अब देखने वाली बात होगी कि अनिल दुजाना के साथ क्या इसके साथी भी थे। अभी थोड़ी देर का और इंतजार करना होगा, पूरी तरीके से जो तस्वीर है वो साफ होती हुई नजर आएगी।
All right, we are also understanding that this is of course coming in as another crackdown on a mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Remember, the crackdown on mafias, on gangsters in Uttar Pradesh has been of course being much talked about of late, and now we are seeing this dreaded gangster on your screens right now in a moustache. You can see that is the dreaded gangster Anil Dujana, who has now been eliminated in an encounter. We are also understanding that this encounter took place in Meerut, and that is the breaking news we are getting in at this point in time.
पर थे और काफी दिनों से इसकी तलाश यूपी पुलिस के द्वारा की जा रही थी और साथ ही यूपी एसटीएफ के द्वारा की जा रही थी और साथ में जिस तरीके से ये कार्रवाई हुई है कहीं ना कहीं सराहनीय कार्रवाई हुई, क्योंकि अनिल दुजाना के ऊपर रंगदारी से लेकर के हत्या के कई सारे मामले लगे हुए थे और लगातार ही यूपी एसटीएफ हो यूपी पुलिस हो लगातार इसकी तलाश में जुटी थी। और बताया जा रहा है कि पहले जहां इसकी लोकेशन दिल्ली पाई गई उसके बाद कहा गया कि हरियाणा भाग गया, हरियाणा के बाद ये निकल के सामने आया कि मेरठ में कहीं ना कहीं अपने किसी खास रिश्तेदार के यहाँ छुपा हुआ है। और उसके बाद जब यूपी एसटीएफ के द्वारा यहां पे कार्रवाई की गई तो कहीं ना कहीं वो एक्सचेंज फायरिंग में मारा गया। तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से कितना खुकियात ये अपराधी था, कितना खुकियात ये गैंगस्टर था और लगातार ही ये चकमा देते हुए नजर आ रहा था और लगातार ही इसकी तलाश में यूपी एसटीएफ जुटी हुई थी। और ये भी कहा जा रहा है कि इसके ऊपर 50 से ज्यादा मामले थे, क्योंकि इसके ऊपर रंगदारी से लेकर के हत्या के कई ऐसे मामले थे जिसमें इसकी तलाश की जा रही थी।
All right, of course this was much tracked, and remember this Anil Dujana was being tracked, and earlier there was a tip off that he might be in Delhi right now, as a reporter on ground was telling us. But right now what we know that in an encounter in Uttar Pradesh, in western UP's Meerut, he has been killed, and right now on your screens is the same man, the gangster right there in the middle you can see is Anil Dujana, the gangster, the much dreaded gangster, and a complete crackdown on mafias, a complete crackdown on the gangsters. And remember, he faced several murder charges. He faced trial in a 2017 murder case as well.
दुजाना के अनिल दुजाना की तलाश में यूपी एसटीएफ जुटी हुई थी और यूपी पुलिस भी लगातार जुटी हुई थी। कहीं ना कहीं आपने ये देखा कि जिस तरीके से ये कार्रवाई हुई है, बहुत सराहनीय कार्रवाई हुई। साफ तौर पे उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री ने भी ये भी कहा था कि कहीं ना कहीं उत्तर प्रदेश को पूरी तरीके से भयमुक्त बनाना है और उसके लिए माफियाओं को पूरी तरीके से खत्म होना है। तो उसी तरफ ये कहीं ना कहीं कार्रवाई होते हुए देखा जा सकता है।
Right, of course, that Republic Network getting you all the details from ground. But right now what we know so far is that this mafia don called Anil Dujana was facing several murder charges. He faced trial in 2017 murder case as well. And right now what we know that he has been killed in an encounter with the UP STF in Meerut, and he was of course facing several murder charges as well.
के फिराक में था। और फिर ये भी खबर आई कि वो श्रीलंका भागने के फिराक में कई ऐसे मामले में जिसमें इसकी तलाश की जा रही है और कहा जा रहा है कि इसके गैंग के कई ऐसे लोग अभी भी सक्रिय हैं जिसकी तलाश अभी भी यूपी एसटीएफ की टीम कर रही है, यूपी पुलिस की टीम कर रही है। और जल्द ही ये कहा जा रहा है कि तमाम जितने भी लोग इससे जुड़े हुए थे, जितने भी इसके गैंगस्टर के लोग थे, उनको भी जल्द से जल्द पकड़ लिया जाएगा, क्योंकि यूपी में पूरी तरीके से भयमुक्त करने का संकल्प योगी आदित्यनाथ ने, जो उत्तर प्रदेश के सीएम हैं उन्होंने लिया है और उसके तरफ यहाँ पर यूपी एसटीएफ के द्वारा कार्रवाई की जा रही है, यूपी पुलिस के द्वारा कार्रवाई की जा रही है। एक एक गैंगस्टर को यहाँ पे बख्शने का काम नहीं किया जा रहा है, उनका इतिहास निकाल के उनके द्वारा किए गए कांडों को निकाल करके उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई करने का काम यूपी एसटीएफ हो, यूपी पुलिस हो, तमाम जो सुरक्षा बल है वो करते हुए नजर आ रही है।
All right, we're getting in latest details on that story. We're waiting more details, but we do know that this dreaded gangster called Anil Dujana was killed in an encounter in Meerut, and he was facing several murder charges. And right now, my colleague Vivek Rai is also joining us. Vivek Rai is joining us on the phone line for more. Vivek, what more details can you share with us? What was this gangster's history? Please share with our viewers.
देखिए, माफिया अनिल दुजाना के बारे में बात की जाए तो उसके ऊपर कुल 62 ऐसे केस थे जो उस पर दर्ज थे। 18 ऐसे मर्डर के मामले थे जो उसके ऊपर दर्ज थे, रंगदारी के मामले थे, लूटपाट के मामले थे, जमीन पर कब्जा करने का मामला था। साथ ही साथ आर्म्स एक्ट के भी कई केसेस उसके ऊपर दर्ज थे और उसके ऊपर रासुका और गैंगस्टर एक्ट भी लग चुका था। और साथ उस पर बात की जाए तो सुंदर भाटी पर AK-47 से हमले करने का भी वह आरोपी है। और इसके साथ ही साथ 2022 माफ करके 2012 में वो जेल में था, 2021 से वो बाहर बेल पर था, यानी कि 9 साल वो जेल में भी रह चुका है। आज लेकिन मेरठ में उसकी एसटीएफ के साथ मुठभेड़ में उसकी एनकाउंटर में वो ढेर हो गया है। आपको बता दें कि एसटीएफ ने ये पूरी की पूरी घटना जो है एसटीएफ के साथ मुठभेड़ में ये घटना हुई है। हालांकि बाकी क्या चीजें रही हैं ये थोड़ी देर में क्लियर हो पाएंगी। एसटीएफ का ये पूरा का पूरा एक्शन है और आपको बता दूं कि कुल अलग अलग केसेस मिलाकर के कुल 62 अलग अलग केसेस माफिया अनिल दुजाना पर थे उसके ऊपर, और जिसको लेकर के अलग अलग समय पर वो जेल में भी रहा है। फिलहाल 2021 से वो जेल के बाहर था, लेकिन कुछ और केसेस उसके ऊपर पिछले कुछ दिनों में लगे थे और आज पुलिस उसको पिछले केस में जब एसटीएफ उसको पकड़ने जा रही थी, दरमियान पुलिस पर फायरिंग की थी और इसी दौरान एसटीएफ ने जो फायरिंग की।
हमारे साथ बने रहे विवेक, just stay with us. We are also getting in some more voices. Former Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Dinesh Sharma, is joining us on the phone line for more. Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma, for joining us on Republic TV. This, of course, is coming in as a big news. The crackdown on mafia, crackdown on gangsters in Uttar Pradesh continues. Another top gangster from UP has been now eliminated in an encounter with UP STF.
देखिए, जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति सरकार की है और अगर सरकार किसी माफिया को सरेंडर करने के लिए कहे और माफिया से कहे कि माफिया के ऊपर वो उसका पीछा करे और माफिया उस पर गोली चलाए, तो निश्चित रूप में उनके पास में आत्मरक्षा का अधिकार आपने संविधान में दिया है। और मैं कह सकता हूं कि एसटीएफ की एक बड़ी कामयाबी है। आतंक का पर्याय कुछ माफिया गिरो रहे हैं पश्चिम में और एक बड़ी कामयाबी के रूप में इसको देखा जाना चाहिए।
जी बिल्कुल, और जैसे कि हमने देखा है कि तमाम जो विपक्षी दल हैं वो भी कई बार जो कि इस खिलाफ बात करते रहे हैं और अभी भी जो है हम देख रहे हैं कि समाजवादी पार्टी जैसी जो पार्टीज हैं वो कहती हैं कि ये इसको वो कहती हैं कि अपने कानून को अपने हाथ में लेना कहती हैं। उन सबको आप क्या कहेंगे?
नहीं, आप विपक्ष से एक बात को जरूर पूछना चाहिए कि अगर सामने से माफिया गोली बरसा रहा हो तो वो पुलिस को क्या राय देना चाहेंगे? पुलिस से कहेंगे कि आप गुलाब का फूल लेके उनके सामने कह दीजिए, या माफिया गोली चला रहा हो तो उससे पूछें कि आपकी जात कौन सी है, आपका धर्म कौन सा है, उसके बाद फिर गोली चलाएं? ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता। संविधान ने उनको आत्मरक्षा का अधिकार दिया है। सरकार की जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति है और जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति के तहत पुलिस काम कर रही है। तो उसमें अगर जनता के हित के लिए कोई माफिया या कोई गुंडा बदमाश किसी को पकड़ा जाता है और पकड़ने में अगर कोई आमने सामने गोली चलती है तो निश्चित रूप में पुलिस के पास में एक ही चारा बचता है कि अपनी आत्मरक्षा वो अपने पास में जो उसके हथियार है उससे वो करे। और मैं समझता हूँ कि पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश में दर्जनों मुकदमे के आरोपी थे और पुलिस को एक बड़ी कामयाबी के रूप में इसको देखा जा रहा है।
जी बिल्कुल, और हमने देखा किस तरह से इसकी अगर हम बात करें, ये कुख्यात गैंगस्टर है, ही वाज आल्सो इन्वॉल्व्ड इन पंचायत इलेक्शंस, ही हैड पॉलिटिकल एम्बिशंस, किस तरह से वो राजनीति में भी अपना हाथ आजमाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, लगातार वो फरार भी चल रहे थे, तमाम तरह के केसेस उन पर थे। और हमने देखा है जिस तरह से योगी आदित्यनाथ जो चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं वो कहते आए हैं किस तरह से जो माफिया हैं उनको मिट्टी में मिला दिया जाएगा। और हम देख रहे हैं इसी कड़ी में एक के बाद एक हम इस तरह के केसेस देख रहे हैं। वी आर सीइंग द ड्रेडेड माफिया, द टॉप गैंगस्टर्स आर बीइंग ईदर एलिमिनेटेड और बीइंग टेकन टू लॉ। आप इस पर क्या कमेंट करना चाहेंगे कि किस तरह से यहाँ पर जो है यूपी का जो अप्रोच है, जो गवर्नमेंट है यूपी की, वो किस तरह से अप्रोच अपनी जो है वो कायम रख रही है, अपनी बरकरार रख रही है, जो उनकी नीतियाँ हैं, एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट्स जो हैं पॉलिटिक्स में, चाहे वो आते हैं, चाहे वो जो गैंगस्टर्स हैं, जो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर जो है उसको किसी तरह से भी डिस्टर्ब करते हैं इस स्टेट में।
देखिए, सरकार की एक स्पष्ट नीति है कि कानून व्यवस्था को किसी भी कीमत पर लागू करना है और एक अच्छी कानून व्यवस्था हो जिसमें जनता को राहत हो और जनता मस्त रहे और अपराधी त्रस्त रहे। अपराधी जेल के अंदर या जेल के बाहर, तमाम अपराधी तो जेल के अंदर से अपना राज्य चलाते थे, तो अब ना जेल के अंदर से चला पाए ना जेल के बाहर चला पाए। उत्तर प्रदेश माफिया मुक्त प्रदेश कहलाए, अपराध मुक्त प्रदेश कहलाए। इसके लिए 2017 से निरंतर योगी जी के नेतृत्व में जो काम हो रहा है वो पूरे भारतवर्ष के लिए एक मॉडल बना है और इसमें कोई जाति और धर्म के आधार पर नहीं, कोई क्षेत्र के आधार पर नहीं, अपराधी अपराधी है और अपराधी को दंड मिले, उसको जेल के सलाखों में भेजा जा सके, इसके लिए तमाम लोगों को जेल में भेजा है पुलिस ने। अब किसी को पकड़ते समय कोई अगर गोली चला दे तो निश्चित में पुलिस हाथ में गुलाब का फूल लेके नहीं चलेगी और उसके पास में संविधान ने उसको हथियार दिया है अपनी रक्षा और जनता की रक्षा के लिए, तो उसका प्रयोग होता है। और मैं समझता हूँ कि ये जो जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति है योगी सरकार की, उसका एक बहुत बड़ा एक मुकाम हासिल करने वाला ये कृत्य है और एसटीएफ ने अपने प्राणों पर बाजी लगा के आज इतना बड़ा अचीवमेंट हासिल किया है।
जी, all right. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए मिस्टर शर्मा, थैंक यू सो मच। दैट वाज द फॉर्मर डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश जॉइनिंग अस on that big story that has come in. Anil Dujana, to the right of your screens, you can see that man, that is the dreaded gangster from Western UP who has been neutralized in an encounter in Meerut. And we will continue our coverage as we slip into a short break. Lots more on the other side, don't go anywhere.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
QSMTHE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। और जब उस अवस्था का अनुभव होता है तो आपके भीतर शांति ही होती है। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है। ऐसा क्या है जो भगवान गौतम बुद्ध उन्होंने अनुभव किया और हम नहीं कर पाए?
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha from today. According to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence including an AK-47 ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi, has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole
on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, you and I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician, I am not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
Welcome back. We're getting some more. We're tracking the big story right now that we're getting in. Dreaded gangster Anil Dujana has been killed in an encounter with the UPSTF. This encounter took place in Meerut. And remember, this was a very, very dreaded gangster from the western Uttar Pradesh. And he had several murder charges against him. Remember, this is coming in just weeks after the UP police had gunned down gangster turned politician Atiq Ahmed's son Asad during an encounter. And now we are learning that Anil Dujana, the much dreaded gangster, has been killed in an encounter with the UPSTF. He had several murder charges against him. He also had contested as an independent candidate in the Panchayat polls in western UP. And right now what we do know is that he was of course absconding since 2021. And there were of course rival gangs also that were due to which he was involved in many other several other murders also. And right now what we are getting is that he has been killed in an encounter with the UPSTF. There were more than 50 cases against him registered against Anil Dujana. And even last year in January he was of course tracked there in Delhi. Right now also a few days back he was tracked, and there were information of him being in the national capital. But right now what we do know that it was in Meerut that he has been gunned down by the UP police. And our coverage on that, the mega crackdown on Mafia in Uttar Pradesh, continues, and so does our coverage on the other side on Republic TV. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। और जब उस अवस्था का अनुभव होता है तो आपके भीतर शांति ही होती है। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician. I am not a sannyasi. But my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi, has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who are members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who are members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician. I am not a sannyasi. But my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who are members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। और जब उस अवस्था का अनुभव होता है तो आपके भीतर शांति ही होती है। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
Top headlines at 4 p.m. Complete crackdown on Mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Dreaded gangster Anil Dujana killed in encounter. Bajrang Dal controversy explodes. VHP stages Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka. Ban Bajrang Dal call becomes the biggest election controversy. BJP launches an unrelenting attack. On the back foot, Vadra Congress now attempts damage control. DKS visits Hanuman temple in the state. And it's a big relief for the makers of the Kerala story as Supreme Court refuses to stay release. Lavrov, Kin and Bhutto in presence, all eyes on the big SCO meet in Goa this evening. And we start with a big news break that's come from UP's Meerut, where dreaded gangster has been killed in an encounter with the UP police. It's gangster Anil Dujana who's been killed in an encounter with the UP STF in Meerut. Remember, he was a criminal of Western UP, was nabbed by the crime branch of Delhi police in 2021, had 62 cases registered against him, including that of 18 murders, extortion, looting, land grabbing, among others. He even had a bounty of 25,000 that was announced by the UP police, as well as, in fact, by the UP police and the Noida police had even kept a reward of 50,000 on him. The gangster had been in jail since 2012 but was granted bail in 2021. Later, we understand a court also issued non-bailable warrant against him for non-appearance in old cases. So that's, of course, the latest that's coming in from UP's Meerut, where dreaded criminal gangster was killed in an encounter by the UP police. It's the UP STF, we understand, was part of this encounter which happened. The dreaded gangster had a bounty of 25,000 crore rupees, and he was granted bail in 2021. Later, court had even issued a non-bailable warrant against him for non-appearance in old cases. We'll try to get more voices on this. So the crackdown on Mafia Raj, which continues in the state of Uttar Pradesh, a wanted gangster who's been killed in an encounter by the UP STF team. This incident, we understand, encounter was reported in UP's Meerut. And just to tell a little more about the wanted gangster, a criminal of Western UP was nabbed by the crime branch of Delhi police in 2021. He had as many as 62 cases registered against him, including that of 18 murders, extortion, looting, land grabbing, among others. He had a bounty of 25,000 crore rupees that was announced by the Bulandshahr police, and the Noida police had kept a reward of 50,000 on his head. So a wanted gangster who was killed in this encounter by the UP STF team in the Dujana village in Meerut. We are given to understand that he was wanted in several cases. As many as 62 cases were registered against him. He'd failed to appear before the court after a non-bailable, after the court had asked him to appear in several of these cases. A non-bailable warrant was also issued against this dreaded gangster. So the gangster had 62 criminal cases registered against him, which included 18 of murder, extortion, robbery, land grab, eviction, among others. And we're given to understand that it was last year in the month of December when he was arrested by the Delhi police. He had a bounty of 50,000 on his head that was announced by the Delhi police. The gangster was in the list of one of the most wanted criminals in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So the crackdown on Mafia Raj that continues in the state of Uttar Pradesh. He has been booked. He was booked in several places. In several cases by the police. So tracking the latest from the state of Uttar Pradesh, where dreaded gangster Anil Dujana was killed in an encounter with the UP cops in Meerut.
यूपी के इलाके जहां पर अनिल दुजाना का दबदबा था, आज उन्हीं इलाकों में से एक इलाके में मेरठ में यूपी एसटीएफ ने अनिल दुजाना का एनकाउंटर किया है। 62 मुकदमे, जनवरी 2021 से वो फरार था, पेरोल पे बाहर आया।
All the latest on this big story that's coming in from UP's Meerut, where a dreaded gangster who's been in one of the most wanted, has been in the.
कुछ समय पहले उसका यूपी एसटीएफ के साथ सामना होता है और उसके बाद फिर उसने जब यूपी एसटीएफ की टीम पर फायरिंग की और उसके बाद फिर जवाबी उसमें कार्रवाई में वो मार गिराया जाता है। तस्वीर आपके सामने मेरठ की तस्वीर हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं, रिपब्लिक भारत पर फर्स्ट एंड एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीर, जहां पर ये वही जगह एनकाउंटर वाली, ये वही जगह है जहां पर अनिल दुजाना को मार गिराया गया है। 50 से ज्यादा केस, इतना ही नहीं तमाम मामलों में जांच पड़ताल लगातार चल रही थी, तमाम टीमें इसकी तलाश में थी, दबिश दी गई थी और अब ये बड़ी कामयाबी यूपी एसटीएफ के हाथ एक और। यूपी एसटीएफ के लिए अमित अप्रैल का महीना भी काफी अच्छा था, तमाम माफिया को ढेर किया और मई की शुरुआत भी ऐसे कर दी है।
देखिए 61 माफियाओं की लिस्ट में एक और माफिया ढेर हुआ है। रिपब्लिक भारत पर एक्सक्लूसिवली वो जगह, वो इलाका हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं मेरठ का, जहां पर गैंगस्टर अनिल दुजाना को एसटीएफ की टीम में स्पेशल टास्क फोर्स ने मार गिराया है।
Alright, so wanted gangster who's been killed in an encounter by the UP police. Anil Dujana, the wanted gangster, has been killed in an encounter in Meerut district of Uttar Pradesh. Remember, the encounter of Anil Dujana comes in the backdrop of the crackdown against Mafia Raj in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So, complete wipeout of Mafia Raj is what we are seeing in the state of Uttar Pradesh. This, of course, the visuals there on your screens are from that location where the encounter happened just a while ago. We understand that he was in the list of wanted gangsters in the state of Uttar Pradesh. He was facing charges in as many as 62 cases. Court had earlier issued a non-bailable warrant against him as well. However, the dreaded gangster had failed to appear before the court in these several cases for which he was wanted by the UP police. Latest we given to understand is that he's been encountered in UP's Meerut. The gangster Anil Dujana, who had as many as 62 cases filed against him, he had a bounty announced on him not just by the Noida police but by the Bulandshahr police as well.
डिटेल्स उपलब्ध करा दूंगा जैसे ही टीम से कांटेक्ट होता है और उनसे सारी जानकारी प्राप्त होती है, मैं आपको अवगत करा।
सर, एक और जानकारी निकल कर सामने रखी कि निकाय चुनाव को भी प्रभावित करने की कोशिश कर रहा था अनिल दुजाना।
ये सब के बारे में अभी मेरे पास कोई कमेंट्स नहीं है, जैसे ही बाकी डिटेल्स प्राप्त होती है मैं आपको डिटेल्स उपलब्ध करा।
थैंक यू। निकाय चुनाव को भी प्रभावित करने की कोशिश कर रहा था अनिल दुजाना।
ये सब के बारे में अभी मेरे पास कोई कमेंट्स नहीं है, जैसे ही बाकी डिटेल्स प्राप्त होती है मैं आपको डिटेल्स उपलब्ध करा।
थैंक यू।
Alright, these are the exclusive visuals from the location where the encounter happened, the encounter of the dreaded gangster Anil Dujana, who was killed in an encounter with the by the UPSTF in Meerut. A wanted criminal by the UP police has as many as 62 cases registered against him. He was released on bail in 2021. Later, court had issued a non-bailable warrant against him for non-appearance in old cases before the court. So, dreaded gangster who's been killed in an encounter with the UP police. The visuals there, of course, on your screens right now is of the dreaded gangster just after that encounter happened, and the visuals there on your right side is from the very location which is in a village in Meerut where the encounter happened just a while ago. Let's go across to STF Chief Amitabh Yash, who's joining us. Mr. Amitabh, if I can get your quick response to this. It's a complete wipeout of Mafia Raj is what we are seeing in the state of Uttar Pradesh with dreaded gangster Anil Dujana, who's now been killed in an encounter with the UP police.
Received information that Anil Dujana has been killed in an encounter with our Meerut unit. Anil Dujana alias Anil Nagar was a resident of Dujana village, police station Badalpur of Gautam Buddha Nagar. And he has been committing crimes for the last 20 years. And today he has been killed in this encounter.
Yes, Mr. Amitabh Yash, if you could give us more details of this operation, how much effort did really go into this to nab the location of this wanted gangster by the UP police?
We have been tracking his activities for quite some time, and Today he was surrounded by the SPF team and he has been killed.
Also, Mr. Amitabh Yash, if you could give us more details about this dreaded gangster. We understand he was in the list of the wanted list of the UP police. Tell us about the cases that were registered against him all this while and how he had failed to appear before the court as well in several of those cases for which a non-bailable
He has a huge number of cases, more than 40. We have a list of 41. More details from various districts are also awaited about the cases against him. He was involved in a large number of contract killings and he was a well-known extortionist of that area. He would extort money from transporters and industrial units of Noida and surrounding areas. Because of his dreaded crimes that he had committed, people who used to yield to him very easily. He has been in and out of jail, but that has made little difference to his activity.
Mr. Amitabh Yash, just before we let you go, if you could give us more details on how many police, UP police teams were involved to track the location of this criminal, and did he really try to escape when this encounter really happened in Meerut's village?
The details are awaited. As soon as I have the details, I'll let you know. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, so Amitabh Yash, the UP STF chief, for sharing those details with Republic. And we continue to track all the latest. The visuals there on your screens right now is from that very location where the encounter happened. It's the encounter site where the dreaded gangster was killed in an encounter with the UP police. This happened just a short while ago in Meerut's village. And we have ex-DGP joining us, Vikram Singh. Mr. Singh, your quick reading into this, your response to the complete wipeout of Mafia Raj is what we are seeing in the state of Uttar Pradesh.
You are very right. Anil Dujana figured in the list of 61 desperados that was issued by the government and the UP police. He spelled terror synonymous to a reign of crime, criminality, forcible extractions, contract killings, you name it, and he was involved in there. STF today, incidentally, also happens to be the 25th anniversary of the establishment of the Special Task Force, and it is something that I would compliment and congratulate the STF for getting one major criminal of Western UP accounted for under the ambit of law today. And I feel that the people will be very relieved, not only of Meerut but Western UP, that Anil Dujana, the desperado, is no more.
Yes. Mr. Singh, just a quick response from you on if you can tell us more about how much of an effort does it take, how many teams are involved to track the location, to find the location of these dreaded gangsters in the list of UP police?
Anil Dujana and his like are extremely smart and literate criminals. They are not somebody who, like pickpockets, who have no articulation. They know what the police can do, and the police, both at the electronic level, the technical intelligence, the ground intelligence, the human intelligence, all doubled up, and they work together in tandem so as to get actionable intelligence, and then it is acted upon because of the proactive approach. Such desperados are accounted for.
All right, Mr. Vikram Singh, appreciate you speaking to us, so former Uttar Pradesh DGP, talking to us about the meticulous planning that is involved in terms of tracking and nabbing these dreaded gangsters. Remember, bounties were announced not just by the Noida police but also by the Bulandshahr police for this dreaded gangster who had cases, as many as 62 cases registered against him. So the police UP STF team that was part of this encounter in this operation to nab the location of the dreaded gangster. The visuals there on your screens right now is from that location site where the encounter happened in Meerut's village, and on the right side is that image of the dreaded gangster who was killed in an encounter with the UP police. And let's take a word from Rajesh Chaudhary of the BJP also joining us. Mr. Chaudhary, that's clearly a success of the UP police, given the fact that he featured in the most wanted list of the UP police and was involved in cases or criminal cases. But before that, we'll go across to Rajesh Chaudhary in a bit. For now, to another news break that's just coming in. And news coming in, latest statements that have come in by the Kremlin spokesman on the attempted assassination attempt on the Russian President Vladimir Putin. We now understand Russia has said that Moscow will conduct a very thorough investigation of the attack, calling the attempts of Kiev and Washington DC to distance themselves from the attack as ridiculous, further adding that Moscow knows that the decisions on such attacks are not made in Ukraine, rather in US, thereby blaming the United States for the alleged assassination attempt on the Russian President Vladimir Putin. So, big statement that's coming from Russia, where they've stated, in fact, alleged that it's not Kiev, rather US, that seems to be involved behind that alleged assassination attempt of Vladimir Putin. We're given to understand that the statement that has been put out by the Kremlin spokesperson states that Russia has vowed to conduct a very thorough investigation of the attack. Attempts by Kiev and Washington DC to distance themselves from the attack are ridiculous. Going on to add that Moscow knows that decisions on such attacks are not made in Ukraine, rather in US, and that response measures will be thoughtful and balanced. So a very strong statement coming in from Russia, pinning the blame on the United States. Now remember earlier in the morning the response that came in from the US as well on the alleged assassination attempt on the Russian President Vladimir Putin, where the US have clearly tried to distance itself. Going on to add that there is no proper proof to validate the claims that have been made by Russia in this case. Meanwhile, Russia, of course, has vowed revenge after that alleged assassination attempt on the Russian President Vladimir Putin in Kremlin. Tracking all the developments in this case, the latest statement that has come in from Kremlin spokesman, who's stated that there was an attempted assassination on Vladimir Putin and pinning the blame on the United States, saying that such decisions are not made by Kiev and not at the behest of the Ukraine President Zelenskyy. Rather, such decisions are made by US in this case. The latter, remember, has also taken a firm stand in this case, saying that there is no strong proof to validate the claims that have been made by Russia. We'll try and play out those reactions as well that have come in from the US, from Antony Blinken as well as Vedant Patil. Let's take a word from our executive editor Niranjan, also joining us. Niranjan, take us through these latest statements by Russia, pinning the blame on the US on the alleged assassination attempt on the Russian president.
The Russian Foreign Ministry has just issued a statement on the Ukrainian alleged attempt to assassinate the president of Ukraine, Russia. And in their detailed statement, this is the Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, who has said that Moscow, first of all, is trying to conduct a very thorough investigation of the attack. Secondly, saying that the attempts by Ukraine and Washington to distance themselves from the attack are ridiculous because both the US and Ukraine have tried to deny any role in this attack. Adding that Russia knows that decisions on such
All right, cutting across to the visuals that are coming in, this is in relation to the wrestlers' protest, which still continues at the Jantar Mantar. The wrestlers have clearly stated that there is no deadline from our end for the protest to end, and that they shall continue, they would in fact continue their fight, demanding a stringent action to be taken against the WFI chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, saying that there is no deadline from our end for the protest yet. For the protest to end, our protest is not against government, rather Brij Bhushan in this case. All right, let's go back to the big statement that has come in from Russia, where they've stated, in fact, pin the blame on the United States, saying that decision on such matters is not taken by Ukraine, rather by the US. Pinning the blame on the United States for the alleged assassination attempt on the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russia has said that it would be conducting a very thorough investigation of the assassination attempt on the Russian president. In fact, we're given to understand Russia has called attempts by Kiev and US to distance themselves from the attack as ridiculous, further adding that Russia knows that such decisions are not made in Ukraine but in
बदतमीजी हुई है, तभी पूरा देश हमारे साथ में उठ के आया हमारा हौसला और हमारा समर्थन देने के लिए। तो तहे दिल से हमेशा उनके शुक्रगुजार रहेंगे हम। उनके बिना ये लड़ाई अधूरी रहेगी हमेशा। वो है तो वो हम हैं, उनकी ताकत है तभी हम जीत सकते हैं। आपको भी पता है कि आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हमारा हियरिंग था। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो अभी तक जो किया है हम उसके हमेशा तहे दिल से शुक्रगुजार रहेंगे, क्योंकि 6 दिन तक तो पुलिस ने FIR भी दर्ज नहीं किया था। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जब आदेश दिया तब FIR हमारी दर्ज हुई है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो भी आदेश दिया है उसका हम पालन करेंगे। जो भी आदेश दिया है, गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से जो वकील थे तुषार मेहता या पता नहीं, मुझे इतना एग्जैक्टली नाम याद नहीं है, उन्होंने बोला है कि जल्द से जल्द 2 लड़कियों के बयान अभी रह गए हैं 161 के, 164 के बयान भी जल्दी से जल्दी करेंगे, वो उन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में बोला है। अगर कुछ जल्दी से जल्दी नहीं होता है तो हमारे पास हर रास्ता ओपन है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये भी आदेश दिया है कि आप दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में जा सकते हो या आप मजिस्ट्रेट के पास में जा सकते हो, तो हम वहाँ पे भी जा सकते हैं अगर कार्रवाई जल्दी नहीं हुई तो। अगर दिल्ली पुलिस फिर भी अगर नहीं कर रही है दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में जाने के बाद भी, तो भी हमारे पास ऑप्शन है कि हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जा सकते हैं। तो हमारे पास हर ऑप्शन ओपन है, लेकिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अभी तक जो हमारा साथ दिया है, जितना वो दे सकते थे उन्होंने किया है, हम हमेशा उसका शुक्रगुजार रहेंगे। आगे जो भी होगा प्रोसीडिंग में तो हम वो आपको बताते रहेंगे। अभी तक की हमारे पास ये इन्फॉर्मेशन है।
और मैं आपके माध्यम से
कहाँ पे इंजर्ड, जब हम झगड़ा ये चल रहा था तो फीमेल्स तो थी नहीं वहाँ पे, सिर्फ मेल्स थे। अगर इंजर्ड हुए हैं तो मेडिकल करवाया जाना चाहिए था उसी टाइम पे बताना चाहिए। जैसे हम लोग बता रहे थे कि अभी इंजरी हुई है, तो उसी टाइम पे क्यों नहीं बताया कि इंजरी हुई है? तो वो तो कहानियां बनाने वाली बात है, अपनी चीज़ को ऊपर दिखाने के लिए। कोई दिल्ली पुलिस ब्रिजभूषण के लिए काम करी है, अभी तक हमारे फेवर में कोई भी काम नहीं कर रही है। तो दिल्ली पुलिस का ऐसा स्टेटमेंट देना, तो आप मेडिकल करवाते उसी टाइम पर जैसे हम बोल रहे थे, तो ये बिल्कुल झूठी और बेबुनियाद बातें हैं तो दिल्ली पुलिस कर रही है हमारा नाम लेके।
और जितने भी दिल्ली पुलिस ने हमारे जो समर्थन में जो लोग आ रहे थे, चाहे वो जितने भी लोग आ रहे थे, उनको डिटेन किया हुआ है। तो मैं आपके माध्यम से भी मैं गुजारिश करूंगा कि उनको जल्दी से जल्दी छोड़ा जाए, क्योंकि क्रिमिनल नहीं हम यहाँ पे, हम अपने हक की लड़ाई के लिए बैठे हैं, हम क्रिमिनल नहीं है। जो क्रिमिनल है उसको आप बचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और जो हमारा समर्थन कर रहे हैं, पूरा देश हमारे साथ खड़ा है, तो आप उनको डिटेन करके उनको जेल में डाल रहे हैं अभी। तो आपके माध्यम से मैं यही बोलूँगा कि उनको जल्दी से जल्दी उनको रिहा किया जाए वहाँ से।
अगर उनको कुछ भी होता है, अगर जो भी लोग दिल्ली पुलिस ने डिटेन किए हैं, अगर उनको कुछ भी होता है तो उसकी जिम्मेदार भी दिल्ली पुलिस ही होगी, क्योंकि ऐसे लोगों को डिटेन करना, ठीक है आपने डिटेन कर लिया, आप व्यवस्था बढ़ाए रखना चाहते हो, हम उसका सम्मान करते हैं। हम भी हिंसक प्रदर्शन नहीं चाहते, हम भी एक शांतिपूर्वक प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं 11 दिन से, आगे भी हम ऐसे ही करते रहेंगे। लेकिन दिल्ली पुलिस आक्रामक होके अगर हमारे लोगों के साथ में कुछ भी करेगी तो उसकी जिम्मेदारी दिल्ली पुलिस को ही लेनी पड़ेगी, और दिल्ली पुलिस ही।
So, tracking closely all the developments on that, but slipping into a very short break for now. On the other side, we'll get you the latest on all the action from poll-bound Karnataka. And also coming up on the other side, the latest from Karnataka, as Congress clearly on the back foot on the Bajrang Dal controversy.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। और जब उस अवस्था का अनुभव होता है तो आपके भीतर शांति ही होती है। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है। ऐसा क्या है जो भगवान गौतम बुद्ध उन्होंने अनुभव किया और हम नहीं कर पाए?
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SCO, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi, has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former chief minister, former deputy chief minister. They know, you and I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I'm a politician, I'm not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SCO, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis.
And top headlines at 4:30. Complete crackdown on Mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Dreaded gangster Anil Dujana killed in encounter. Bajrang Dal controversy explodes. VHP stages Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka. Ban Bajrang Dal call becomes the biggest election controversy. BJP launches an unrelenting attack. On the back foot, Vadra Congress attempts damage control. DKS visits Hanuman temple now. It's a big relief for the makers of the Kerala story as Supreme Court refuses to stay release. Lavrov, Kin and Bhutto in presence, all eyes on the big SCO meet in Goa this evening.
Right, we're getting in some more, we're tracking the elections in Karnataka right now as the big political face-off over Hanuman Chalisa continues in Karnataka. Remember, DK Shivakumar, who is the KPCC chief, just this afternoon had announced that the Congress party will build the Hanuman temples across Karnataka. There was a picture of him, DK Shivakumar, doing the rounds on social media where he is visiting a Hanuman temple as well. And this, of course, coming in just after Congress's ban Bajrang Dal pitch triggered a massive political controversy. BJP is hitting out. VHP and Bajrang Dal planned Hanuman Chalisa recitals across the state. The Congress, well, there seems to be no consensus on the matter within their own party leaders. And my colleagues Shavan and Priyanka joining us live on the broadcast for more. Shavan, we saw how this ban Bajrang Dal pitch has clearly backfired the Congress party, and now sudden U-turn we see a damage control of sorts by DK Shivakumar, the head of the polls.
Well, in fact, this is almost like handing out the entire election to the Bharatiya Janata Party, and it's almost like, if you take a cricketing analogy, it's a full toss ball that has been given to the Bharatiya Janata Party. That is exactly why today, sometime around 7 o'clock this evening, you'll have the entire leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party at multiple temples across the state, and they would be reciting the Hanuman Chalisa. The attempt that the Bharatiya Janata Party is making is that the Congress party is nothing but an anti-Hindu party. That's the narrative that they want to build at this point in time. Over the next 48 hours, the entire focus of this election is only going to be on the fact that whether at all the Congress party has made this Himalayan blunder by equating the Bajrang Dal with the Popular Front of India. On the other hand, as far as the Congress party is concerned, they are certainly on a damage control mode. In fact, on the very day when the manifesto was actually released, that very day, by the evening, you've had the top leadership of the Congress party on the back foot, saying that we've never said that there should be a ban imposed on Bajrang Dal. All that they are saying is that they are against the activities of the Bajrang Dal. But that does not really solve the matter. Veerappa Moily, who spoke to my colleague Priyanka, clearly indicated that that is not the intention. But remember, just like what really happened in Gali politics when Mallikarjun Kharge referred to the Prime Minister as a poisonous snake, and a moment later you've had Mallikarjun Kharge trying to apologize and saying that he was being misrepresented. That did not go down well, with the Prime Minister hitting out saying that he was abused 91 times. So clearly, it's now giving it on a platter. Now, how does this have an impact on the ground? Now, just a short while back here at the Palace grounds in Bengaluru, there was an internal meeting of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You've had B.L. Santosh, who was present there, Annamalai, as well as Tejasvi Surya and the other union ministers who were here. They were essentially strategizing as to how to take on the Congress party over the next 48 hours. And that's the reason why, if you see, the Prime Minister's roadshow has now been split into 2 days. One on Saturday and then on Sunday. And it is expected that the Prime Minister is going to go full throttle on basically painting the Congress party as an anti-Hindu party. And that is exactly what the Prime Minister was doing in the last few days by basically putting out this entire image of the Congress party that they are an anti-Hindu party. They are the same very party who've been sympathizing with terrorists. The very fact that the Popular Front of India has been equated with Bajrang Dal, Popular Front of India, already a banned organization, a tribunal has upheld the ban. All that put together, it's a messy situation for the Congress party. If it was only affecting the coastal Karnataka areas, it turns out, as we are speaking to more and more people, it is now spreading in not only Dakshin Kannada, but also in Mumbai, Karnataka, as well as in Hyderabad, Karnataka. These are the areas where they are absolutely going to have a tough time.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Shavan and Priyanka, for joining us with all those inputs on that story. But right now, we're shifting focus to another breaking news that is coming in at this point in time. This regarding this release of the movie, The Kerala Story. Madras High Court has dismissed a plea seeking a stay on The Kerala Story. Remember, earlier in the day, we saw how Supreme Court had refused to entertain a plea regarding a stay on this movie. And right now, we're seeing that the Madras High Court itself has dismissed the petition, for staying the release of the movie, The Kerala Story. Remember, just a few days ago, we saw how a political uproar had broken out over the release of this story, and this again comes in as a big relief for the makers of the movie, The Kerala Story. And we are getting more details now. My colleague Varshini is joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Varshini, a big relief, in fact, double delight for the makers of the Kerala story there, as now the Madras High Court has also dismissed a plea against the release of the movie.
Well, yes, if you see the Kerala Story movie is definitely, had the issue about the Kerala Story movie has spread to Tamil Nadu as well. We heard from, various sources that confirmed to us yesterday that the Tamil Nadu intelligence had informed to the Tamil Nadu state government to seek a ban on the release of this film because of how it could hurt the sentiments of many people. And now the Madras High Court has also dismissed a plea that, seek the stay on the Kerala Story movie, the release of this movie. And as it has already been a burning issue throughout the country, where a lot of people are talking against the release of the film in Tamil Nadu as well, this is going to definitely affect a lot of people, a lot of bigger, sector of people, particularly the minority community. And the Tamil Nadu government, if you see, also has a very big, gives a lot of importance to particularly the minority communities and the Muslims of the state. Therefore, the release of the film is actually seen as a very very dangerous for the society, and that is why they are starting to make sure that this film does not get released here and bring out issues later on. And now if we see, the Madras High Court has also dismissed the plea, whereas it is going to definitely give a way for the film to get released in the state, and the Tamil Nadu government will take necessary steps is what is being considered so far.
Right, of course, this also, of course, is a big relief for the makers. But thank you so much, Varshini, for joining us with all those details. But right now, viewers, that is the big breaking we are getting in on Republic TV. Earlier in the day, we saw how the Supreme Court refused to entertain a plea regarding a stay on the release of the movie Kerala Story. And right now, what we are getting is that the Madras High Court has dismissed a petition on the same that was, of course, demanding a stay on the release of the movie. This is a movie, of course, about the ISIS brides, about love jihad in Kerala, how women from about the forcible conversions in Kerala and how they are taken to the ISIS, taken to Syria, and they are converted into ISIS sex slaves there. But right now we are getting is that no stay on the release of the Kerala Story, and big win for the producers of the movie. Earlier in the day, we do know that the Chief Justice of India also said, asked the petitioner that one must think about the makers and all those behind the movie, all those behind the production, who is, of course, putting their blood and sweat into the production of a movie. All right. Shifting focus back to the poll-bound state of Karnataka, where we are seeing a big political face-off over the Bajrang Dal row, and now we are getting some different reactions from the Congress party right after the pitch. Their manifesto backfired against them. On your screens are the Congress, you can see how, to the right of your screens, you can see on the window, that is DK Shivakumar, who is the KPCC chief. He has been on the forefront of the campaign as far as the Congress party is concerned ahead of the elections. And right now we can see he was visiting the Bajrang Hanuman temple there, bowing before the Lord Hanuman idol there. My colleague Shavan and Priyanka are live on the broadcast for more, tracking all the campaign, tracking the campaign trail there. Going to you, Priyanka, now, who is live with us from Mangaluru now. As earlier Shavan was pointing out, this was like a full toss. The Congress's manifesto was like a full toss to the BJP, and the way it has backfired, it's only now showing Congress in a very weak position, we can say, right ahead of the polls, which is, remember, Karnataka is not a state where you see one-sided elections, but right now this has clearly backfired the Congress party. How does it really affect the prospects as the polling day approaches Karnataka? Priyanka.
And, it has affected the Congress party. It's almost amusing to watch the kind of defense that is being put forth by the Congress leadership today. In fact, the multiple voices that are coming to light from the coastal Karnataka, where the Congress leadership, in fact, then be it Veerappa Moily or anybody else, in fact, because they are pointing the fingers at one another. We had seen Veerappa Moily also speaking about this, and he had, in fact, also stated that this question needs to be taken up with DK Shivkumar, and that he then once again took a U-turn from the manifesto and had stated that there cannot be any ban that can be imposed by the state government. As per the Constitution of India, he said said that if the union government is not of the Congress party, they cannot do so, and all of these things have been said. So they are in fact grasping at straws to put up a defense when it comes to the entire manifesto and the kind of questions that have now been raised by the BJP as well, because we do see that this entire controversy that had also, to which the fuel had been added to the fire of this controversy by the BJP, and we had seen how even the Prime Minister's speeches that had resonated with the people when he had spoken about that the Congress party is the party that wants to shut down Lord Ram first and then now Lord Hanuman. So this narrative, in fact, what we see of the Congress party really trying to put up a defense and trying to position themselves as not an anti-Hindu party, but they are trying to also say that they are against these extremist organizations. But this message somewhere is not very clearly being received by the general people and also by their own cadre, because their own cadre, Rakshita, in fact, have come out and in confusion have stated that the Kannada manifesto which had been printed out did not have this particular point of the manifesto of the banning of the PFI, of the banning of the Bajrang Dal. This point was not there in the Kannada translation, in fact, of English had this point. So these are some of the defenses that had been put forth by the Congress party leadership, the cadre as well, also trying to put up one kind of defense, trying to save face about this manifesto, about this particular point of the ban of the PFI. And interestingly, even the people who are supposed to be the allies of the Congress party, even the parties, in fact, who are on the ground, who did not contest in certain seats so that they do not cut into the votes of the Congress party as well, they are in fact also throwing Congress under the bus, and they are also claiming that the Congress party was prematurely making these kind of statements. Moreover, we also have that the SDPI leadership, in fact, has also stated that the Congress is trying to do appeasement politics and that the Congress was the party that had our support, but they are the ones who are actually doing this politics by claiming that they're going to be banning the PFI when it is already banned. So all of these things we do see as a repercussion of this particular point that had been raised by the Congress.
Of course, there are of course ripples that can be seen there. And Shravan also continues to be with us on the broadcast from Bengaluru. Shravan, as we were talking about, as Priyanka was also pointing out there, what Virappa Moile, a senior Congress leader, had to say about this controversy. And also this, in a way, comes in as a galvanizing factor as far as BJP is concerned. Right ahead of the elections, we have seen how there have been talks of, some factions within the BJP before even the election dates were announced. But right now, we are seeing that the BJP stands in solidarity. It has given a boost to the cadres of the BJP, and Congress clearly there is a divided house and somehow weakens its positions ahead of the elections there. What do you think about this?
Well, Rakshita, if you speak to anyone here in Karnataka right now, they say that there was a point in time when there was a massive anti-incumbency wave, and the BJP was essentially struggling. In fact, on their food plate, there was no food at all. It is only ahead of the elections, it is like the Congress party is now serving the food to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, that's the kind of, chatter, I would say, here in Karnataka. Almost everyone that you speak to. I've traveled all the way from Shivamoga to Bengaluru a short while back, and when we were essentially speaking to the locals, they have raised certain issues. The issues of what has been raked up by the Congress in the last few months did find some resonance with the locals. But the moment this entire controversy erupted, that's when it appears that the Congress party is now losing the momentum. And these next few days are going to be extremely crucial, or I would say the swing factor in this particular elections. The X factor being the Prime Minister himself. The two road shows, if you really look at it, covers entire Bengaluru, the entire parliamentary constituencies, and that is exactly right now the focus of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Capitalize maximum on what the Prime Minister has to say, and the fact that he's leading right from the front, essentially saying that, look here, do not vote for a party which has been sympathizing with terrorists. Do not vote for a party which is basically anti-Hindu. And that is exactly the sentiment that they are trying to project right now, and it certainly is no longer limited to only a pocket that is Dakshin Kannada, but several other parts. Slipping into a short break. On the other side, we continue our coverage from the battle state of Karnataka.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi, has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former chief minister, former deputy chief minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician, I am not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former chief minister, former deputy chief minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
Popular Front of India that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician, I am not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India.
In a major setback to the top wrestlers, the Supreme Court closed the proceedings, saying if petitioners wish for something else, they can approach the magistrate or the High Court in its jurisdiction. Star Indian wrestlers protesting against Wrestling Federation of India chief and BJP MP Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh said that the honors conferred on them by the Indian government are of no use if they are being subjected to abuse and misbehavior by the Delhi police. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee blasted the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party in a veiled tweet after protesting wrestlers alleged that the Delhi police manhandled and abused them during a scuffle late last night at Jantar Mantar. The Trinamool Congress Supremo backed the aggrieved wrestlers and said disrobing the honor of our daughters in this manner is utterly shameful. The Delhi High Court sought a response of the Enforcement Directorate on a plea by former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia seeking bail in a money laundering case related to the alleged excise policy scam. Supreme Court again declines to interfere with the release of the movie The Kerala Story, refusing to direct Kerala High Court to take up urgently pleas related to the release of film The Kerala Story. An army chopper crashed near Machna village in Marwa Tehsil in Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. As many as 3 people were on board the chopper when the crash happened. Following violent clashes in several parts of Manipur, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said that the incidents were a result of a prevailing misunderstanding between 2 communities and appealed to the people of the state to cooperate with the government to maintain law and order. The Congress on Thursday said that the BJP's politics of hate was responsible for the violent confrontation between 2 communities in Manipur. Taking to Twitter, Kharge said, and I quote, "Manipur is burning. BJP has created fissures among communities and destroyed the peace of a beautiful state," unquote. President Draupadi Murmu has begun her 3-day visit to her home district of Mayurbhanj in Odisha. Murmu was given a ceremonial welcome at the Badam Pahad helipad by Governor Ganeshi Lal, Union Minister Bishweshwar Tudu, Odisha Steel and Mines Minister Praful Malik and local MLAs. Now, a video is doing the rounds on social media that shows Congress workers distributing money to people. In the background, someone is heard saying, "Vote for Zamir Ahmed." The video is said to be from Chamrajpet in Bengaluru. BJP has now filed a complaint over this video and with the cops and the Election Commission. Take a look at this report.
Days before Karnataka goes to polls, a Congress worker was seen distributing money to voters. Watch closely how the Congress worker is handing out cash to woo the voters. In the video, people can be heard saying, "Vote for Zamir Ahmed," as the worker distributes cash. The video, which is surfaced from Bengaluru, is now doing the rounds on social media. The video has caused a political stir in the poll-bound state of Karnataka. BJP has now filed a complaint over the video with cops and Election Commission. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, time for a short break right now, but lots more on the other side. It's a complete crackdown on Mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Dreaded gangster Anil Dujana has been killed in an encounter. Lavrov, Quinn and Bhutto in presence. All eyes on the big SCO meeting in Goa. All that and much more on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। और जब उस अवस्था का अनुभव होता है तो आपके भीतर शांति ही होती है। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader of who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I'm a politician. I'm not a sannyasi. But my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SCO, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, a 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, you and I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. In fighting in Maharashtra, opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader of who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I'm a politician. I'm not a sannyasi. But my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India. You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader of who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I'm a politician. I'm not a sannyasi. But my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Bajrang Dal controversy explodes. BHP stages Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka.
Ban Bajrang Dal call becomes the biggest election controversy. BJP launches an unrelenting attack. On the back foot, Vadra Congress attempts damage control. DKS visits Hanuman temple. Big relief for the makers of the Kerala story. Supreme Court refuses to stay release. Complete crackdown on Mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Dreaded gangster Anil Dujana killed in encounter. Lavrov, Kin and Bhutto in presence. All eyes on the big SCO meeting in Goa. Very good evening. I'm joining you live right now from the venue where the SCO foreign ministers meet is underway. Yes, this is Goa and Taj Exotica to be precise, where the meeting is underway. Remember, it's a two-day event that is spanning over today and tomorrow. And most importantly, as we talk about what happened today, three important bilaterals that are scheduled with External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who is meeting his Chinese counterpart, Russian counterpart and Uzbekistan. But yes, as the biggest talking point of Pak Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto and the entire delegation that just made their way a short while ago into Taj Exotica, as Pakistan this time is in person present for the SCO foreign ministers meet. And while all this is coming in, several sources have also suggested not just the agenda of the SCO meet this year, but also of how Belarus and Iran may soon be SCO members, and that very much is a part of the discussion at the foreign ministers meet. Also, how there are 14 dialogue partners that are already in, and 4 dialogue partners that include Kuwait, UAE, Myanmar and Maldives may also be a part of it. Besides that, how India has been leading the way, this time chairing the way for the big SCO summit that is set to take place on the 3rd and the 4th of July. We of course know what happened in the preceding meetings of the National Security Advisors, followed by the Defence Ministers meet, and now the Foreign Ministers meet that has been organized in Goa at Taj. So while we've been telling you the very latest, of course, this report that had filed, I beg your pardon, just a short while ago, let's take a look. This is the venue of the SCO Foreign Ministers meet in Goa, where it is a two-day event that has been planned through today and tomorrow, that is the 4th and 5th of May, where all the member countries and their foreign ministers will be meeting. Now, let me tell you, as of today, what is happening is 3 bilaterals that are lined up with EAM Jaishankar, who will be meeting his Russian counterpart, Chinese counterpart and Uzbekistan. Also to understand that the Pakistan delegation will be arriving this evening. Now, this is grabbing the headlines as it is after 11 years after Hina Rabbani Khan's previous visit in 2011 that that Pakistan will be making an in-person presence, and it will not be a virtual meeting as it was in the defense ministers meet. Let's also understand that very unlikely that there will be any bilateral schedule between the two countries, as is being maintained, where Pakistan is saying that this is their commitment to the SCO Charter, and India also making it very clear, especially after the Poonch attack, that a neighbor that engages in sponsoring and encouraging cross-border terrorism, there will be no talks unless they really live up to their commitment. So we are seeing that around this evening is when the Pakistan delegation is expected, led by Bilawal Bhutto, Pakistan Foreign Minister, and also Hina Rabbani Khan, MOS for Foreign Affairs in Pakistan. And As far as the bilateral with China is concerned, EM Jaishankar is also likely to talk about the situation at the LAC and how they expect China to honor the pact and the agreement that has been agreed upon between the two countries. Even when it comes to Russia, it is primarily about economic cooperation and the large deficit that trade deficit, I beg your pardon, that India has been facing with Russia, especially post the procurement of large volumes of crude oil amid the Ukrainian crisis on discounted rates, and that is primarily is to figure in talks with Russia to make it a deal that is in the mutual interest of both countries. This is also coming in the backdrop of Kremlin claiming an assassination attempt against Putin and leveling all these allegations against Zelenskyy in Ukraine, which of course the Russian embassy had said that Sergei Lavrov's visit to India will not be impacted in any which way. In fact, he did arrive this morning. So these are the updates coming in from the first day of the SCO Summit. And the main event, that is tomorrow, that is the 5th of May, is when the meeting will actually take place. And all the updates now in brief from the first day of the SCO Foreign Ministers meet, where foreign ministers of 8 member states of SCO are arriving for the meet in Goa. They are set to continue tomorrow as well. There's a crucial meet that is all set to stage for the SCO Leaders Summit that will be held on the 3rd and 4th of July in the national capital. Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Sardari, Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov arrived in Goa this afternoon. They participated in the SCO Organization Council of Foreign Ministers meeting that is to continue into tomorrow as well. The theme of India's chairmanship of SCO in 2023 is Secure SCO. India attaches special importance to SCO in promoting multilateral political, security, economic and people-to-people interactions in the region. In the SCO Goa meeting, ministers began discussing a range of important geopolitical issues such as economic cooperation among SCO members and regional security. The agenda for the summit, which is anticipated to center on counter-terror, Afghan stability, inclusive connectivity efforts including Chabahar, Port and INSTC, aside from India's extensive outreach to Eurasia. During the SCO meet in Goa, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar held talks with SCO Secretary General Zhang Ming with a focus on overall agenda of the grouping. Jaishankar also tweeted, and I quote, "Started my meetings at SCO CFM with a productive interaction with Secretary General Zhang Ming. Appreciate his support for India's SCO presidency." SCO Secretary General Zhang Ming, during his meeting today with EM Dr. S. Jaishankar, was very positive about India's role in strengthening SCO. India will once again push for the use of English as one of the main working languages of the SCO, which uses Mandarin and Russian as its official languages. Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, who is leading the Pakistan delegation at the SCO meet, took to Twitter to share that his decision to attend the meet illustrates Pakistan's strong commitment to the Charter of SCO. China's Foreign Minister Qin Gang will travel to Pakistan on Friday on a 2-day visit after attending the meeting of the SCO Foreign Ministers hosted by India in Goa. As India takes over the rotating presidency of the SCO at the Samarkand SCO Summit, this year's SCO meet in Goa is set to go on for yet another day, that is tomorrow. All right, so while these are the updates coming out on the first day of the SCO Foreign Ministers meet, remember it's a two-day event that has been planned through today and tomorrow, that is the 4th and 5th of May. The venue has been chosen as Taj Exotica in Goa, and this is where many of the ministers are also putting up. Now remember that as we talk about the three bilaterals that had been planned through the day, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar to interact with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. This, remember, is coming in the backdrop of
इस घटना के बारे में विस्तृत प्रेस विज्ञप्ति हमारी जो टीम है मेरठ की एसटीएफ की, उसके द्वारा थोड़ी देर में जारी की जाएगी। विभाग की तरफ से मैं एसटीएफ को और उनकी जो मेरठ की टीम है उसे विशेष रूप से बधाई देता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
सर एक चीज है, क्या ये अकेला था या इसके साथ कुछ और लोग भी थे?
जो प्रारंभिक सूचनाएं मुख्यालय पर प्राप्त हुई थी और जो इसका बैकग्राउंड था उसके बारे में मैंने आपको अवगत कराया। विस्तृत प्रेस विज्ञप्ति हमारी एसटीएफ की मेरठ यूनिट के द्वारा शीघ्र ही जारी की जाएगी।
क्या निकाय चुनाव में कोई गड़बड़ी आ चुकी, वहाँ पोलिंग भी चल रही, कहीं उससे कुछ रिलेटेड तो नहीं था?
ये कोई जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि एक व्यक्ति को अभी हाल में ही इसने धमकी दी थी, जिसके बारे में दादरी गौतम बुद्ध नगर में अभियोग पंजीकृत हुआ था रंगदारी मांगने का, और इसका बड़ा भारी गिरोह था और ये जेल से छूटने के बाद से पुनः अपने गैंग को संगठित कर रहा था।
जमानत के बाहर कर रहा था, कितना समय?
संभवतः 10 अप्रैल को ये छूटा है, लेकिन इस बदमाश को भी उत्तर प्रदेश पुलिस ने प्रॉपर गवाही और पैरवी करके सक्षम न्यायालय से सजा कराई थी। इस पे और इसके गैंग पे जो प्रभावी कार्रवाई की गई है उसके बारे में भी मुख्यालय स्तर से जल्द ही एक प्रेस विज्ञप्ति जारी हो। धन्यवाद।
So this is on Reddit. Gangster Anil Dujana, who was killed in an encounter with UPSTF in Meerut. Anil Dujana, who is a criminal of Western UP. He was nabbed by the crime branch of Delhi police in 2021. He had 62 cases registered against him, including that of 18 murders, extortion, looting, land grabbing and others. Anil Dujana also had a bounty of 25,000 rupees that had been announced by Bulandshahr police and the Noida police. Also, he was in jail since 2012 but was granted bail in 2021. This as Special DG Law and Order Prashant Kumar just held that news conference where he also said that 18 cases of murder were registered against him and strict action that is also to be taken, as a press release will follow soon. He had been released from jail last year on 10th of April. Let me cut across to Amitabh Yash, who has also spoken on the entire matter and Anil Dujana's encounter. Listen in.
थोड़ी देर पहले ही ये जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है कि अनिल दुजाना, जो एक ड्रेडेड गैंगस्टर है वेस्टर्न यूपी का, और इस पर बहुत बड़ी संख्या में मुकदमे कायम हैं। ये जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है कि ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किलर भी था। 18 मर्डर के केसेस इस पर हैं। इसे एसटीएफ की मेरठ यूनिट ने एक मुठभेड़ में मार गिराया है। बाकी डिटेल्स अभी अवेटेड हैं। डिटेल्स मिलने पर मैं आपको बाकी जानकारी दे सकूंगा।
सर, स्कॉर्पियो कार में कौन-कौन सवार था सर अनिल दुजाना पर जब उसने यूपी एसटीएफ पर फायरिंग की है?
अभी इसकी डिटेल्स अवेलेबल नहीं है। जैसे ही डिटेल्स अवेलेबल हो जाएंगी मैं आपको डिटेल्स उपलब्ध करा दूंगा। जैसे ही टीम से कांटेक्ट होता है और उनसे सारी जानकारी प्राप्त होती है मैं आपको अवगत करा।
सर, एक और जानकारी निकल कर सामने रखी कि निकाय चुनाव को भी प्रभावित करने की कोशिश कर रहा था अनिल दुजाना।
इस सब के बारे में अभी मेरे पास कोई कमेंट्स नहीं है। जैसे ही बाकी डिटेल्स प्राप्त होती हैं मैं आपको डिटेल्स उपलब्ध करा दूंगा। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही ये जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है कि अनिल दुजाना जो एक ड्रेडेड गैंगस्टर है वेस्टर्न यूपी का, और इस पर बहुत बड़ी संख्या में मुकदमे कायम हैं। ये जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है कि ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किलर भी था। 18 मर्डर के केसेस इस पर हैं। इसे एसटीएफ की मेरठ यूनिट ने एक मुठभेड़ में मार गिराया है। बाकी डिटेल्स अभी अवेटेड हैं। डिटेल्स मिलने पर मैं आपको बाकी जानकारी दे सकूंगा।
सर, स्कॉर्पियो कार में कौन कौन सवार था सर अनिल दुजाना पर जब उसने यूपी एसटीएफ पर फायरिंग की है?
अभी इसकी डिटेल्स अवेलेबल नहीं है। जैसे ही डिटेल्स अवेलेबल हो जाएंगी मैं आपको डिटेल्स उपलब्ध करा दूंगा। जैसे ही टीम से कांटेक्ट होता है और उनसे सारी जानकारी प्राप्त होती है मैं आपको अवगत करा।
सर, एक और जानकारी निकल कर सामने रखी कि निकाय चुनाव को भी प्रभावित करने की कोशिश कर रहा था अनिल दुजाना।
इस सब के बारे में अभी मेरे पास कोई कमेंट्स नहीं है। जैसे ही बाकी डिटेल्स प्राप्त होती हैं मैं आपको डिटेल्स उपलब्ध करा।
All right, so while those are the updates coming in from UP, we are also telling you what is happening in Goa right now, where the SCO Foreign Ministers meet is underway. That stretches across today and tomorrow, that is the 4th and 5th of May. This is the very location, Taj Exotica in Goa, where this 2-day meet is underway. Remember, this really is setting the course for the big summit that is to be organized in the national capital on the 3rd and 4th of July, where, remember, the head of states of all the SCO member countries are expected. This is extremely important because these are the ministers who really charter the way into deciding the agenda. Remember, as we pick up from our sources in the MEA, that as is protocol and as has been the pattern in the past as well, all heads of states of the SCO member countries are to be present for the summit that is to be held on the 3rd and 4th of July. However, they're still in the process of confirming on who all will be present there. But let's also understand what has happened until now, because this is the National Security Advisors meet that happened, after which was the Defense Ministers meet, and now the Foreign Ministers meet. Now, what is particularly grabbing headlines in this Foreign Ministers meet is the fact that Pakistan, that again is a full member since 2017 like India. It is the first time that the Foreign Minister of Pakistan is attending this meet in person. This is several questions were also raised in their own country, where their own defense minister had made a virtual presence, but he is here along with his delegation. Now, this is happening after 11 years because Hina Rabbani Khan, who now serves as MOS for Foreign Affairs in Pakistan, is also here, and last is when she had made a visit in 2011. Now, remember, it is very unlikely that there will be a bilateral between the two nations, as neither have requested for the very same. But we, of course, played out those messages that Bilawal Bhutto has also put out on his social media, but the very fact that soon after the Poonch attack, where a clear park link was drawn, India had made it amply clear where EM Jaishankar had put out a statement saying that a country encouraging and sponsoring cross-border terrorism, they will not have a meeting. Let me quickly pan the camera as we do see a cavalcade now that is making its way into Taj Exotica, and we'll quickly try and get you details, as these have quite been the scenes through this morning, where you see heavy security deployment as the foreign ministers of the various countries have been making their way at this very location. And if I can confirm once again, that is the Uzbekistan delegation. I'm trying to still confirm. In all probability, that is the Uzbekistan delegation. Yes, that is again making its way into the venue. So like you see that all the foreign ministers have been coming in. Short while ago we also got you when the Pakistan delegation had arrived here. Similarly, before that the Chinese delegation, and before that, of course, this morning is when Sergei Lavrov, Russian foreign minister, had also come here. Now, as on today, 3 important bilaterals that have been scheduled. EM Jaishankar met with Sergei Lavrov, also followed by Qin Gang, Chinese foreign minister, the Uzbekistan foreign minister, and pretty much these are the three bilaterals. Now the main event is tomorrow, is when all the ministers gather at about 10 a.m. Also indulge in a photo op, after which there will be meetings back to back. Now as for really to understand that SCO as a body which was formed in 2001 is really growing, and India that became a full member in 2017, where now chairing the group also with in a meeting with the SCO Secretary General this morning with EM Jaishankar, where it was also indicated of how India has come a long way and is playing a very important role as far as SCO is concerned, and really to take you through what really has been the agenda. So while it is economic cooperation and regional stability, 15 decisions that are to be taken in the course of these 2 days, and we will know those 15 document outcomes that will be clarified tomorrow as the ministers will all meet. But really to understand that what is in consideration, Belarus and Iran for their membership to be added as SCO members, and remember through the course of this meeting the SCO members will also take a call on that. So it is India's dynamism that has quite paved the way for how SCO is now shaping up, and India playing a very positive role when it comes to its chairmanship of the SCO. So we'll quickly step into a short commercial break on that note, but we'll be back on the other side with the very latest from Goa. Do stay tuned. Also a quick check of the other big stories we are tracking for you this afternoon. Bajrang Dal controversy exploding. VHP staged a Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka. Also on the back foot, Vadra Congress attempts damage control. DKS visits Hanuman temple.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। और जब उस अवस्था का अनुभव होता है तो आपके भीतर शांति ही होती है। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है। ऐसा क्या है जो भगवान गौतम बुद्ध उन्होंने अनुभव किया और हम नहीं कर पाए?
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha. From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi, has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
or your party, Rahul Gandhi, on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS, why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician, I am not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
Or your party, Rahul Gandhi, on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS, why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know.
The Uddhav Sena mouthpiece, Samna, has made a big revelation. In its recent editorial, the newspaper claimed that the ultimate goal of Ajit Pawar is to become the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Taking a further swipe at Ajit Pawar, the newspaper claimed that the NCP leader took a different stance when Sharad Pawar announced his retirement. The newspaper also took note that the rift within the MVA is clearly visible now. Ajit Pawar and NCP leaders have not responded to the claims as yet. What remains to be seen is whether who will be elected as the new NCP chief and take the baton of the grand old party. All eyes are now on NCP's next move. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, time for a short break. With lots more on the other side. Complete crackdown on Mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Dreaded gangster Anil Dujana has been killed in an encounter with the UPSTF. Lavrov, Quinn and Bhutto in presence. All eyes on the big SCO meeting in Goa.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Who said I don't have any aspiration? I am a politician, I am not a sannyasi, but my duty is to bring Congress party to power. And the party high command will decide on a democratic political process.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha From today, according to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence, including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. Infighting in Maharashtra opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi, has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI, direct links when it comes to terror activities. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have any such evidence. How can you equate Bajrang Dal and the Popular Front of India?
Whoever tried to create disturbance in the public on peace, disharmony, communal harmony, action will be taken.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former Chief Minister, former Deputy Chief Minister. They know, even I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
You do still have the aspirations of being a chief minister, which almost every leader who spent so much time in public life would have that expectation. Why is it so wrong for you to admit the fact that yes, you have that kind of expectation?
Bajrang Dal controversy explodes. VHP stages Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka. Ban Bajrang Dal call becomes the biggest election controversy. BJP launches an unrelenting attack. On the back foot, Vadra Congress attempts damage control. DK Shivakumar visits Hanuman temple. Big relief for the makers of the Kerala story. Supreme Court refuses to stay its release. Complete crackdown on Mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Dreaded gangster Anil Dujana killed in an encounter. And Lavrov, Quinn and Bhutto in presence. All eyes on the big SCO meeting in Goa. Continuing with our coverage in battleground Karnataka, Congress's ban Bajrang Dal call has now triggered a massive political controversy. The BJP is hitting out. VHP and Bajrang Dal have planned Hanuman Chalisa recitals across the state. We saw them today. And the Congress, well, there seems to be no consensus on the matter within the party, between the party leaders who have questioned the PFI Bajrang Dal comparison. Not only that, attempting damage control, KPCC chief DK Shivakumar has now visited a Hanuman temple as the Hindu card, as this has just backfired the Congress party. And my colleagues are on the campaign trail. Aneri and Priyanka joining us live on the broadcast with us. Aneri, as we have seen that there have been recitals across the state of Karnataka today, this is the biggest flashpoint now for the Karnataka elections this time. BJP, the cadres are getting an instant boost just after Congress released the manifesto.
Well, that's right. We have been seeing how there has been a massive face-off after the Congress released its manifesto, which mentioned about the ban of Bajrang Dal once Congress comes to power. Well, definitely that had few terms and conditions, like we see that if anyone spreading hatred, and so they would look into take strict action, is what the Congress party has been trying to say. But now there is a complete divide in the Congress party over whole of this issue. Well, now we have a latest development where D.K. Shivkumar, the Karnataka Congress chief, has come out and stated that once Congress comes to power, they will revamp all the temples, and also there will be a temple which will be built. But then how BJP has been reacting to it? BJP says that this is a new thing which Congress party has come up with. They are trying to do a damage control, is what the BJP is hitting out at the Congress party over whole of this issue. But also at the same time, now what we are seeing is that how Bajrang Dal and also the VHP will be staging protests. As a mark of protest, they will be chanting Hanuman Chalisa at 7 p.m. at all the temples in the state of Karnataka, and also at the same time the BJP leaders will also be participating in this protest, which will be held across all the temples. But also at the same time, now the Bajrang Dal ban has taken a center stage in the Karnataka elections, and this has been become now the talking point of the Karnataka elections, and just few days left for
breaking news coming in. This, of course, regarding the Bajrang Dal controversy. Now, Asaduddin Owaisi has jumped into this Bajrang Bali debate. He has, in fact, questioned the Congress and the BJP on Bajrang Dal Rao. Owaisi says that will the Congress promise to rebuild Hubli Dargah? That is what Owaisi has says. He has jumped into this controversy, and he has said that the Congress is competing with the BJP.